Hello everybody, and welcome back to the Luka stream. If it's your first time here, a double welcome to you, and also, I love you. Today is not a happy day. Today is the start of the end. After this case, we will have no more mainline Ace Attorney. We'll have to say goodbye to Phoenix, goodbye to Maya, and Athena, and Apollo, and Trucy. And I'm joined today by Mina. Hello, Mina.
Hello.
Are you ready for sad? Are you ready for the end?
It's funny that you say you're ready for sad, considering this is perhaps the most lighthearted case in the game, but...
I'm sad.
I understand.
We're gonna have to say goodbye to everybody, except Edgeworth and Gumshoe and Emma.
Yeah.
We have more of them in the future, but everybody else, they all die at the end of this case. I know this. I was spoiled on this.
I'll just have to join my prayer circle for Ace Attorney 7 announcement.
Everybody in this case is found guilty, and they are all summarily executed. And that's really sad. I don't know what crimes I know what crimes Maya did. Why did I even say that? Maya has done many crime. Fuck. I'm ready. I'm sad, but I'm ready.
At least we have this, right?
At least we have this, and at least we have the Great Ace Attorney to look forward to.
Yeah.
And Miles
they could have
Edgeworth.
prevented the revolution, but they made the express choice to set this DLC case postscript.
That's good. I'm appreciative that we have at least one more case. A fun one, probably a fun case.
It's very lighthearted. I think it's pretty, in my opinion, I think it's kind of mid overall, but it is lighthearted and fun at least.
We got Larry. Larry's here. And that's unfortunate for everybody. But we're not going back to the past. We're not doing AVGN shit today. Where's the game? Do I have BlueStacks hidden?
I can see the game.
You can see the game. Why is the game not capturing? Huh. Oh, you know what? Because this background is over everything. That's why. Big smart, big brain. All right. I'm ready. I think. God, we didn't even watch like the opening of this last time, huh? I left it on the biggest of cliffhangers. This is what Ace Attorney has all been boiling down to.
Special episode.
The final case ever. Ace Attorney 7 will not happen. It was not in the leaks or anything.
So much overboard with you.
Please take me back to that blissful moment.
What? Wait, are we actually doing time travel?
It's almost time for the reception, milady.
Hey, what the fuck?
It actually really worked.
Okay. Alright. We got Professor Layton shit up in here now. That's fun. Alright. That... We time traveled into a timeline where Naruto doesn't exist. Thank God! I'm so happy. Wait, so... When does this case take place? Does it take place after Revolution?
It's about 3 months after... Sorry, no, 4 months after Revolution. Revolution's in May, and this is September.
So we don't get Apollo.
No.
Apollo gone, he's dead. He died already.
Mm-hmm.
Without even knowing who his mom is. Fucking Phoenix. Okay. Alright. Okay, let me make sure I've got this straight. When your magic panties appear, I do a backflip into a handstand, then blow out the candle? No, Athena, you've got it all wrong. You do a backflip through the ring of fire while holding the candle in your mouth. There's no way I'll ever be able to do that. Sure you can. I believe in you, Athena.
Trucy, what are you and Athena up to?
Athena's agreed to be a part-time performer in my magic show. Oh, she's already replacing Apollo.
Yeah, they're already replacing her.
Oh, poor Apollo.
She's already moved on.
I couldn't say no to some extra cash, but I probably should have thought through it first.
Confirmed, Trucy is more rich than Athena is.
No, it's human cannonball this, guillotine that. It's like I have 9. It's not like I have 9 lives, you know. Yeah.
You definitely aren't us, Athena. You've made your bed, Athena. Now you've got to lie in it.
No, I'm too young to be taking out a life insurance policy already.
Phoenix really did say, that's up to you. That's your problem.
That's not my problem. You should simply handle it. My name is Phoenix Wright. I don't believe we've been introduced. I'm the head of this law office.
And since when did you become the head of this office, Daddy? I mean, who exactly does all the cleaning, accounting, and scheduling around here, huh?
You've got me there, Trucy.
Wow, Trucy does all that?
Yeah, she's smart.
Trucy, real important and good. This is Trucy Wright. She's my adopted daughter and a magician.
And I'm Athena Sykes, the rising star lawyer of the Write Anything Agency.
Or rather, the rising star assistant to Trucy, you mean?
If I don't get back into a courtroom soon, I'm going to forget everything I ever learned. Everything. Her head will be empty.
She's leaking information at an astonishingly rapid pace.
I know this feel very strongly. Speaking of the courtroom, we haven't exactly had any clients lately, have we?
Is this Larry?
It just might be.
What the fuck was even my Larry voice?
It was like Shaggy from Scooby-Doo.
Was it? No, it wasn't.
No, you totally did Shaggy for somebody else, if I recall correctly.
Who the fuck did you do Shaggy for? God,
Did I do Shaggy for Cody Hackins?
Maybe? God, it's so long ago. I think you did Shaggy in literally the first game.
And I can't remember who you gave Shaggy to. I think I made Larry sound just like a bro. Sound like a dude bro.
Yeah, probably.
But then that... Okay, I'll try to figure this out. Business is as slow as ever, huh, Nick? Bet you made more money back when you played the piano.
Hi, Larry.
Yo, long time no see. Larry? I thought you died in Siberia. I haven't seen you in years. What brings you here all of a sudden? Some big news, that's what. Okay.
Who's this guy, boss? He looks like a total loser.
This is Larry
like, this guy bothering you, boss?
He's, well, let's just say he's an old friend of mine. So, Larry, what's so big that you had to come and tell me in person? There's somebody I want you to meet. Hey, you can come in now.
You should probably voice one of these characters.
Yeah, I'll voice this one.
Okay.
All right. How do you do?
Hi?
That dress, is that a wedding dress? Why is she wearing a wedding dress and they're not getting married literally right now? Also, what? Shouldn't Larry not be here because he's not supposed to see the bride in the dress before the... Okay.
Yes, it is. My name is Ellen Wyatt.
That's just a name.
Now it's all in white.
All in... Alright, that's stretching it.
I'm a domestic servant. I'm maid of the Sprocket household.
Sprocket?
Me too, Athena.
As in Sprocket Aviation?
Yes, that's the one.
Wow, Mr. Wright, Sprocket Aviation is a really big airline company. You've heard of Rainbow Airlines, right? The one they call RAL for short? Yeah, that does sound familiar. Well, it's run by Sprocket Aviation. I see. But what is the Sprocket family maid doing here in a wedding dress? So, actually, we've decided to get married. You what? I'm not so young anymore, you know. I figured it's time to finally settle down. What? You're getting married? No way, I don't believe it. Besides... Why would someone as well put together as her choose someone as flaky as Larry?
She's really pretty.
She is really pretty. You're kidding, right? Jealous? I don't blame you, but green's really not your color, you know? Alright, Larry, lay it on me. Yeah, what the fuck do you want?
You should, when you have a chance, just examine the red jacket in the background.
Alright. In all seriousness, Larry, are you really getting married? Not right away, but that's the plan. We're gonna elope, see? Like, love on the run, I guess you could say. Isn't that right, Ellie? So, why is she in a wedding dress?
Larry, I do believe there's been a major misunderstanding here. My heart already belongs to another.
Huh?
I'm in love with Soren. Not you.
Say what? That's about what I thought. But Ellie, baby, weren't you running away with me so we could get married?
As I said, you misunderstand. You said you'd help me escape. That's the only reason I ran away with you.
This is not happening! I even shook off the police for you, and for what? That's it. If we can't be together, my life is over. I'm gonna end it all. Wait, back up.
Jesus.
I fucking hate Larry. Did you say you shook off the police? Yes, we had to, because we're lovers in the lamb. Sorry, Miss Wyatt, but can you maybe fill me in on what's going on?
Tell the truth, I'm being pursued by the police as a murder suspect.
Murder? They think you killed somebody?
I happened to find a dead body at my reception, so the suspicion fell to me. They had me confined to a separate room. And that's when Larry came along and helped me escape.
Okay, so you have definitely committed at least one crime, then. I'm sorry, but what? Oh, Nick! Me and Ellie were going to elope. We were going to put it all on the line for true love. But the police tried to stop us, so we had to scramble to shake them off. Where did it all go wrong? I feel a migraine coming on.
Please help me. The police are sure to be intensifying their search. Luka's even on TV. More news on the murder suspect and an unidentified man on the run from the police. A photo of the suspect, Ms. Ellen Wyatt, has just been released by the police. Sources say that the 21-year-old is suspected of clubbing the victim. 25-year-old Dumas Gloomsbury to death in the wedding reception hall after a banquet.
Well, that name's not subtle.
Not only is it not subtle, they friggin' draw attention to the pun so many times, it really bugs me out.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
The two fugitives are said to be highly agitated and dangerous. If you see them...
You've got to be kidding me. Oh, brother. I guess this means we're technically harboring a pair of fugitives here, huh? Oh, Nick, what's a guy to do? Ellie's dumped me hardcore. I'm the one who should be crying. Okay, let's look at the jacket. Apollo's jacket, Athena's notes, and Trucy's magic props. Not that I'm complaining. It's nice to know my friends and family are always close by. Oh.
Aw.
Oh. Apollo's very much not close by, but he's on the other side of the world, dude, but whatever.
But there's a reminder of him right there, though.
Yeah, that's nice. I haven't seen you in ages. Where have you been all this time? You mean you don't know? You really gotta stop living under a rock and get out more. I'm the hippest, hottest picture book author in the business. Luis Donim. Wait. That actually happened?
That actually happened. He stuck with it.
He stuck with it? I can't believe you didn't know that I'm taking the picture book world by storm. Oh, but I know you. You're the one who wrote Francie's Whippity Whip Trip, right? No, Francie's Whippity Whip Trip.
I'm so surprised that Francisca didn't sue for defamation.
Absolutely. Now that you mention it, I think I did hear something about a one-hit wonder. One-hit wonder? What the heck, Nick? I'll have you know, it's created a brand new character to moderate acclaim. He's mildly popular with 18 to 24-year-old women everywhere. Look, you can see his cute self all over this jacket. What? That heart-shaped pork chop? He's not a pork chop. He's the main character of my latest picture book. A lovable little soul who pierces the hearts of lovers with his arrows of more. Q Piglet. Oh. Q Piglet, huh?
You piglet.
Q Piglet. He's a pig.
I love it.
And you can see this adorable fellow make his debut in Q Piglet's lovey-dovey Lark. In stores now. Are you sure? Because I've never seen that book in stores, now or ever. Well, if you ever do see it, do me a favor and buy a copy or 10, will ya? But I thought you were taking the picture world by storm. Anywho, you'll defend Ellie in court, right, buddy? What?
Please, I'm begging you. I didn't murder anyone. I swear I'm as clean and pure as a pure white dress.
No psyche locks. I guess that means she's telling the truth. But helping a fugitive on the run? What am I getting myself into?
There's actually one more thing I need to tell you.
Oh?
You might find this hard to believe, but
Here we go.
the truth is, I'm a time traveler.
Yeah? Where's my Bogo's Binted? No, that's not the right one. That's the right one. There we go. Huh? I'm not sure I follow.
After the wedding reception, I was attacked. I was moments away from my death. But then in that instant, I made a wish upon a pendant around my neck. And I went back in time just before the reception started. Only this time around, the man who was trying to kill me was already dead.
So we really are getting into time travel ethics, huh?
And somehow, I became the suspect for his murder. It's as if history had been rewritten.
Now, wait just a minute here. I don't understand. Are you saying... Uh-oh. It's the fuzz! Get out of here! What's going on? Mr. Wright, there are police cars outside! And not just one or two, but a whole bunch! Oh, fuck. Oh, Jesus! Well, time to die. Daddy, a whole squad of officers says the building's surrounded. Oh.
This is the police. There's no escape. Drop your weapons and come out with your hands up.
Nick, what do we do? Heck if I know. I see a bunch of armed officers up there. 1, 2, 3... 44, 45. Wow, talk about overkill. Wow, Athena, you can count?
Here, you criminal. Think about what you're putting your poor parents through. I'm sure this isn't how they raised you. Think about their smiling faces and their warm, home-cooked meals. Ah, who in the heck are you? A detective? Now hold on there. Hey, you can't go in there. It's too dangerous. Wait!
Oh, I was like, I got my hopes really high.
For Gumshoe.
I was really hoping for Gumshoe.
Sorry,
Oh, that
not
would have
today.
been incredible. We'll get there. Oh, that's disappointing. I mean, I love Emma, but like, oh, it would have been so good to see Gumshoe again. Is everyone okay in here, Mr. Wright? Emma? I'm sorry for all the commotion. So what in the world is going on? Well, I raced on over as soon as I heard that it was Mr. Butts who'd hold himself up in here. With the murder suspect after he made off with her.
And the fleet of patrol cars?
The police are being extra careful. Because apparently a certain somebody yelled out, "Stay back, I have a bomb." I'm sure you can guess who I'm talking about.
Well, the police were being so persistent, I had to do something. So I tried bluffing. You know, like you do in court, Nick. Please leave me out of this.
Well, Mr. Wright, I'm bringing this young lady in for questioning. So if you want to talk with her, you'll have to go do it down at the detention center. Alright.
I suppose I should thank you for your thoughtful gift of trouble and mayhem, Larry.
Come on, Nick. We gotta get down to the detention center right away.
Listen, Larry, I haven't even decided whether I'm going to take on this case or not.
But I know you will, because it's you. What else do you have going on, Nick? Guess I've got no choice but to tag along and help then. What? And skip out on me? We've only just started practicing your repertoire, you know. Huh?
You'd better stay and practice Petrucci, Athena. A promise is a promise, after all.
That's cold, boss. You've got to get me out of this. I can't take it anymore. Let's get practicing, Athena. Next up is some training for the water tank escape trick. Stick your head in this bucket of water and hold your breath for 15 minutes. Okay. Poor Athena. Stop, I'm begging you.
Phoenix is like, listen, Trucy's our main breadwinner. You gotta help her.
You gotta help her. Did she just flee?
She just fled at top speed.
She's getting away. You get back here, Athena.
I guess the only person cut out to be Trucy's assistant is Apollo. Well, guess we'd better get to the detention center and ask Miss Wyatt some questions. Especially about that whole time-traveling business she was talking about.
Yeah. So, okay, so they just wrote Athena and Trucy out of this case, huh?
Yeah, for sure.
Immediately.
This is nostalgia only.
Okay. They didn't exist in the original trilogy, so they're dead for this case.
Exactly. Exactly. You get it.
They don't exist.
They're illusions. Oh, it's you, Mr. Wright.
Miss Wyatt, would you mind if I asked you a few questions?
Oh yeah, obviously Emma's allowed to be here because she was in Rise from the Ashes.
Yeah.
It all makes sense.
Nick is
Full
gonna
circle.
defend you, Ellie. Isn't that great? Larry, I told you I haven't decided yet.
What?
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 Oh my god! I love her though.
You're not gonna take my case?
Don't. Okay.
I'm never gonna be happy.
I thought she was gonna hit herself in the face with a frying pan.
I headcanon her as having a fake British accent when she's put together. But her natural
Absolutely.
accent is like very country bumpkin, so that's why I'm
Absolutely.
playing her.
Miss Wyatt? What the? Did I do something wrong?
She's perfect for Larry.
Miss Wyatt, please calm down.
I'm innocent, I tell you. But the police won't believe me.
Man, you haven't had to do a country accent for like a while.
I know, since Lotta.
Since Lotta. Jesus.
And neither will anyone else.
She hid it under her dress needle, obviously. What?
I'm gonna die all alone in a jail cell.
All right, I'll do it. I'll take your case. Just please stop crying.
Really? You will?
The fact that Larry was the one who brought you to me had me a little worried, but you don't seem like a killer to me.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks, Nick. I knew you'd come through. Did I really have a choice? I guess not. In any case, it doesn't seem like Miss Wyatt killed anybody. No, PUBG is absolutely not relevant anymore, Cardinal Sinful. It's all Fortnite now. What's PUBG? That's not real. Plus, it's not like I'm up to my ears in work at the moment. Miss Wyatt, Ellen, let's do this. Together.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Right.
There. It's going to be okay. Now, try to pull yourself together.
Alright. Just give me a moment.
I like this character a lot. She's so good.
I'm truly grateful for you for taking on my defense, Mr. Wright.
Sure, no problem. Wow, she literally pulled herself together.
All of her animations are so much fun.
Yeah, they're very, very fun. Ellen, please tell me everything you can about the incident.
Alright. It happened after the wedding reception. I was attacked by Mr. Gloomsbury.
Wasn't Gloomsbury the name of the victim in that news report? Maybe I should listen to what she has to say first, though, before I start asking questions. Yeah, probably. How dare that guy lay a hand on somebody else's blushing bride? What a creep! That's rich coming from you. Do you have any idea why he'd attack you?
No, but...
But what?
Well, to tell the truth, Mr. Gloomsbury didn't seem very happy about me getting married.
He was all doom and gloom about it. Jeez, jealous much? What a loser!
Mr. Gloomsbury had forced me out into the Vista deck and was going to push me off. Oh, how frightening it all was. I was just about to lose my life on what should have been the happiest day of my life. So that's why I made a wish upon this pendant.
That pendant?
Yes, it was a gift for my husband to be, Soren. It is a symbol of our love.
And so you made a wish on it?
Now, you may think what I'm about to say is very strange, but... I beg the pendant, please take me back to that blissful moment.
Uh-huh.
And you know what? It worked. It brought me back to just before the reception started.
So that's the time traveling thing you mentioned back in my office. I'm sorry, but I have to say, it's pretty unbelievable.
Believable.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I knew you'd never believe me.
Nick! LA here's an honest-to-goodness time traveler. Don't you believe your own client? The magic of that pendant sent her back in time before the creep could kill her. Don't you point at me, motherfucker. Sure, Larry, sure.
It's really true, I tell you. This pendant's an important part of the time machine Soren made.
The what now?
I begged it for help, but it really did send me back in time.
Alright. Oh, by the way, thank you, Julie Jello, for the raid. Hello, people. Welcome to Silly. Welcome to Incredibly Silly Case. Is she listening to herself?
I even experienced the reception again, even though we'd had it once before. And during it, everyone there acted as if nothing unusual was happening at all.
Could you not cook while you're talking, please? She's just cooking salt. Alright, so when and how did you come under suspicion for murder?
Came from the dress, Neil. Come on, keep up.
Yeah, exactly. She's got
Well,
magic. She's got magic panties too.
After the reception ended, the second reception, I mean, I went back to the reception hall and started cleaning up the place by myself.
Hold on. Cleaning? Why were you cleaning on your own wedding day?
My last task as a servant of the Sprocket household. I offered to take on the preparation and clean up of the reception banquet.
I see.
I started to move one of the decorative lanterns in the room. But it was so heavy I lost control of it, causing it to topple and break over. That's when I saw Mr. Gloomsbury's dead body inside the lantern.
So you simply happened to be the first to discover the body, right?
That's right. I just came across it by accident. But I became confused and didn't know what to do. That's when some of my in-laws saw me, jumped to the conclusion that I had killed him.
So this Gloomsbury guy tried to kill Ellen, but then wound up dead himself after Ellen traveled back in time? A time machine and a magic pendant. How could any of this be possible? Uh-huh. Ellie, why don't you tell Nick about that other thing, too? About that shadowy figure you saw when you were being attacked? Oh, there she go.
Yes, good idea, Larry.
Well, let's not talk about that right now. So, you and Larry here were never planning on getting married, right?
That's right. We've only had a few brief interactions, so I can't say I know him at all.
Oh, Ellie, how can you say that? You and me are bound by fate, I'm telling ya. We're meant to be together.
What?
Oh. She doesn't
I
want
love
to
her
be
usual
stuck.
hairstyle so much.
She doesn't want to be stuck with such a loser.
Yeah. But just like that, I don't know why. The hairstyle is just so cute. It's like all spiky.
It reminds me of a character, but I can't remember who. Is there...
Phoenix?
No, I for some reason she reminds me of Peach. Is there like Paper Mario where she has like shorter hair?
Yeah, Paper Mario, I think in
Thousand Year Door?
Shadow Queen outfit.
I think something like that. I think so.
Let me look it up real quick.
I think it's that.
Oh, it's when she's the Shadow Queen.
Ah, that's probably yeah, that must be it.
Yeah, it's all short. Okay, so I haven't said this yet.
No.
You're wrong, Larry.
I've never been so right, baby. It's as plain as the goatee and my chin. Larry, don't make me send you to timeout. Now, can you tell me about the groom, Ellen? What's he like?
His name is Soren Sprocket. Oh, he's the most wonderful man. He is truly my destiny.
Did you say Soren Sprocket? As in...
That's right. The next president of Sprocket Aviation.
Wait, he's in line to take over the company? Huh. He's nothing but a rich, spoiled brat. I'm clearly the better choice. Clearly. Uh-huh.
Larry, you and Soren are as different as night and day. There's no comparison.
Ellie, you're breaking my achy, breaky heart. So she's marrying into money, huh?
I can't believe Soren chose me, a simple house servant. He's my knight in shining armor, my prince. Oh, my Soren.
Well, he's also dead now, so... Oh, no, he's not dead now. Wait. No, he's alive!
Yeah.
The other guy died. The Doom and Gloom. So, what's the shadowy figure you saw, Ellen?
It was when Mr. Gloomsbury was attacking me. Right after I went to wish upon this pendant, I started to pass out. But just then, just as I lost consciousness, I saw someone strike Mr. Gloomsbury from behind.
You did? Then that person must be the true culprit. Did you see who it was?
I'm afraid not.
Have you told anybody else about this?
I told some of my in-laws, but no one took me seriously. They said it was all just a dream.
I can't exactly say I blame them. I mean, time travel? Larry, for my peace of mind, please tell me that figure wasn't you. Of course it wasn't! Well, I gotta cover my bases, Larry. You never know. You've proven to be unreliable in the past.
Pretty suspicious they brought him back now of all times.
I guess I've asked her all I can for now.
Spick and span, spick and span.
Ellen, what are you doing?
I want to make everything clean and beautiful for when Soren comes. I can't have my future hubby come into a dirty room now, can I? It has to be spotless, just like this white dress. Spick and span, spick and span.
Oh. Okay. Let's hope we can wipe away all suspicion from you soon, too.
If you can't tell, she's a little bit neurotic.
A little bit, yeah. Nick, we better get to the crime scene right away. What, you're coming too? Of course I am. If I solve the crime and reveal the true killer with my super sleuthing skills, Ellie might change her mind about me, you know? You never get the message, do you, Larry? Next up, the mooring dock in Sprocket Park. Come on, Nick, let's go. Okay. Please tell me Larry is not going to be my assistant throughout this entire fucking case.
He is not.
Thank God. I don't know if I can tolerate that.
Look at that background.
It's a very, very good background. That's a cool blimp. I hope it explodes. So this is Sprocket Park, but where's the reception hall? The reception hall? Oh, that's... Wow, looky there. What? What is it? That is about to be a cute mamacita. Don't wait up, Nick. Hold on, where's the reception hall? Sorry, Nick, a man's gonna stop and smell the roses when they appear. I am an artist, after all. Oh, miss, you. Fuck you, Larry. I hate your guts. Ugh. I thought he was gonna take me to the crime scene. Ah, well. I'm sure he'll come slinking back when he inevitably gets rejected. I'll just take a quick look around until then. And then Larry Butts was never seen again.
Oh, I wish.
Hey, there's some broken shit here. So this bench hit that sign, huh? Hopefully it didn't hit a person, too. That would be a catastrophe. I guess from now on, whenever I'm walking around outside, I'd better be on the lookout for unidentified flying furniture, too. Oof. Uff. I love uff.
Oof.
Oof. Wow, this thing's really banged up. Okay. Wind? Wind. Hey, we should probably look at that. That would probably be an important thing to look at. Wow, that airship is huge! Oops, didn't mean to say that out loud. I've only ever seen airships like this up in the sky. Cookie, I don't think that's a unicorn. I think that's a bull.
Yeah.
But I've
My
got to
brethren.
say, your brethren. But I've got to say, they're mighty impressive when you can see them up close like this. Hey, Larry, what's up? Hey, sorry about that. I actually thought you'd be back sooner. Didn't work out, huh? Play off, man. I wasn't on my game today. So now that you're done, you might tell me where the reception hall is already? What do you mean? It's right there in front of you. Huh? Right in front of... Wait, what's that say? Flying Chapel. Do you mean to tell me... Yep, the LA's reception was on that airship. Whoa, a sky-high reception hall? Yep, and that's where you find the crime scene. Man, not only does this airship fly through the sky with a space-time continuum, too. But the happy couple's honeymoon got left far behind when it made that time skip, though. That was a hard sentence to say. Here, check the airship out for yourself with this pamphlet. Alright. By the way, I figured you can use some backup, so I called in some help for you. You did? Yep. Should be here any minute now. Hello? Hello? Is that Edgeworth's car? That red sports car. Larry, don't tell me you called. You know it, buddy.
I trust you've been well, right?
You called my husband? Wait. Hi, Maya. Hi, Maya. Surprise. Now admit it. That was a pretty good Mr. Edgeworth impression, wasn't it? It's really good in the context of us doing a live dub where you literally said the line.
Yeah. I had to steal it because I knew that you wouldn't do it right.
Maya did a perfect impression of Edgeworth. Maya, what are you doing here? Larry called me up. He said something about it finally being time for him to tie the old knot. But that's funny. I'm pretty sure he mentioned something about being here with his bride. Is it you, Nick? Maya, I know this is sudden, but please marry me. What? Nick, what's Larry talking about?
More facial expressions like, ew?
Like, gross? He was dumped by his bride. Well, by his imaginary bride, anyway. Wow. Poor Larry. That's a new low, even for him. But hey, imaginary girlfriend's never hurting anyone, right? More power to him. I love that Maya is so totally not judgmental about that, actually. This is Maya Fey. She's been abroad for her training as a spirit medium. But now that her training is over, she's back home here in the States. That's right. The new and improved Maya Fey's on the scene. Spirit and girl power at the ready. Fuck yeah. Look at you, Maya, all grown up and as cute as ever. Oh, you know what? I just realized something. If I ever got married, I'd miss out on all the fun of always meeting somebody new. Is that?
I see you haven't changed a bit, Larry.
Oh, Edgeworth is here, okay. For a second, I thought Maya literally stole his car. I was like, oh, all right. Edgeworth, I figured that car belonged to you. What were you saying?
I just said, yeah, but that'd be spicy.
It would be very spicy. It'd also be very much like Maya. I know Maya knows how to drive, though. But when did you become Maya's chauffeur?
It's nothing like that. I just happened to run into her en route and picked her up. And if I ran into her, I mean, she jumped out in front of my car. I nearly ran her down.
Jesus Christ, Maya! This is Miles Edgeworth. He's a friend of mine. Uh-huh. And the district's chief prosecutor. I heard he's been busy lately. So, what brings you here? Wait, don't tell me Larry called you up too.
He did. However, I've got this business of my own here at the crime scene.
Business? What kind of business? Huh.
I love his theme so much, it's so cool.
It's really good!
Just so you know, right, I'm the lead prosecutor on this case.
What? You?
Yes, it appears we'll be standing on opposite ends of the battlefield this time around.
So I'll be up against Edgeworth tomorrow. But I don't get it, Edgeworth. What about this case warrants the personal attention of the district's chief prosecutor?
It's a bit complicated, to say the least.
In what way?
The groom is a member of the Sprockets, a family with immense influence. If his bride were to stand trial in court, it would sully the Sprocket name. So they have tried to apply some pressure on the prosecutor's office.
Pressure to
settle
Pressure to settle it amicably, right? What do you mean, settle it amicably? It means that they're trying to sweep this whole thing under the rug. Wow, Sprocket Aviation really has that much clout?
Yes. They have especially strong ties in both the political and judicial worlds. To the point where no one dares to oppose them.
Don't tell me that includes you.
Don't be ridiculous, right? It's quite the opposite. The prosecutor's office is filled with cowards, as I have found out. Every last one of my subordinates was loathe the prosecutor Sprocket.
So that's why you decided to take on the case yourself, right? And fired all those people, right?
That's right. I will personally see to it that justice is served. I always prosecute to the utmost of my abilities, regardless of who I'm up against, even my own husband.
But you fired them, right?
But that is a part of my creed.
Alright.
Nothing and no one can sway me from that, not even the almighty Sprockets.
Is Blackwell still the prosecutor?
Yes, I'm just going to assume that he was off doing his own case or whatever.
Yeah.
He was busy.
He was busy. Right.
If they think they can use their influence to bend the truth, they have another thing coming entirely.
I like to think that Blackwell is currently on vacation in Japan. You know, I almost feel sorry for them. They were only trying to protect their interests. But all they got instead was you. Edgy, come on, man! How can you prosecute my poor sweet Ellie? What kind of heartless jerk are you?
I'm simply doing my job. I'm warning you, right? I won't hold back, not for you or anyone else.
Since when have you ever? Thanks for the warning, Mr. Righteousness. So, how's it going, Mr. Chief Prosecutor? Busy as always, I presume?
Of course, unlike somebody who has too few clients and too few time on his hands.
Huh. Guess that explains why your brow is more furrowed than the last time I saw you. Maybe you should learn to relax a little, Edgeworth.
Nice try, right? But as always, I have no intention of showing anyone any mercy. Including you.
As inflexible as ever, I see.
Besides, I think I've mellowed out a bit with age. So if anything, this furrow should have smoothed out a little as well.
Honestly, Edgeworth, are you really that blind to yourself?
Excuse me?
He's really self-conscious about those lines, isn't he? Edgeworth, about this incident.
Don't forget, right, I'm the prosecutor for this case. Need I remind you that I'm not in the habit of sharing information with my adversaries?
No. I guess we are adversaries for now.
And you, Larry. Fuck you.
Me? Fuck me?
I'd like you to come with me. You have a lot to answer for after the stunt you pulled with the suspect.
But Edgy, we're old pals, aren't we? No, I never liked you.
Personal appearance won't work on me, Larry. Now come along.
Nick, help me out here! Later, fucker.
I like that he threw him in the trunk.
Yeah. Yeah. And Larry was never seen again. It's just
Alive,
me.
at least.
It's just me, or is Mr. Edgeworth as relentless as ever? Yeah, I guess some things never changed. So much for mellowing out. Well, Nick, we'd better hop to it too. Hop to what? Investigating the crime scene, of course. What else? It's been a long time since you and I teamed up like this. This is going to be fun. Fun, huh? It has been a long time, though, since we were last together like this. Alright, to the crime scene, then. Yeah, and away we go. I'm so happy. So this is what I wanted. This is what I wanted from this game the whole time, and it never gave it to me. Alright. So this is the reception hall. According to the pamphlet, we're right here. Yikes, we're pretty high up. But at least we're indoors, so it doesn't seem so bad. Oh yeah, I forgot the Phoenix is afraid of heights ever since he fell off a bridge. And almost died. Oh look, Nick, it's Emma! Hey Emma, over here! Mr. Wright, Maya, does this mean you've taken the case? Yeah, that's how things kinda turned out. So, do you mind if we take a look around? Be my guest. We've pretty much wrapped up our investigation, so go right ahead. Now's a good chance to find out more about the case from Emma, too. Yay! The girls are here!
Together at last.
Together at last. Edgeworth wouldn't tell us anything about this case, so do you think you could give us a rundown? Well, seeing as he's going to be prosecuting, I'd expect him to be tight-lipped about it. The incident occurred yesterday on September 20th. It happened after the wedding reception, which lasted from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. 7 p.m. to 10 p.m., huh? Got it. By the way, you didn't hear about any time traveling or anything, did you? Time traveling? What do you mean? Oh, nothing. Forget it. That's pretty much the response I expected. The victim's name is Dumas Gloomsbury. He was a servant in the Sprocket family household. Ellen was a maid for that family as well, so that means the two of them were co-workers? Yeah. They apparently knew each other. Mr. Gloomsbury was the lead servant after all. He was very serious about his work, but he was a very closed and private man. So the other servants called him Mr. Doom and Gloom behind his back. Oh, here we go.
There we go.
If he was a lead servant, he must have been higher ranked than Ellen. What makes the police think Ellen killed this man, a guy who was essentially her boss? Why would anyone want to kill their boss?
Emma just looks at them and is like, really?
Well, obviously Phoenix doesn't know that. He is the boss.
And the only boss he's ever had is Mia, who's like, barely even count as a boss.
Yeah. We didn't know the defendant's motive yet, but the circumstances surrounding the discovery of the body don't bode well for her. And what circumstances are these exactly? Well, some of her in-laws saw what looked like the immediate aftermath of the murder. The suspect was standing in front of the body with the murder weapon still in her hands. But why would a bride who was just about to start a happy new life kill someone? Do the police have an explanation for that? Yeah, about that. They believe the victim attacked the suspect and was killed when she fought back. But why did he attack her to begin with? Well, a mere servant girl was going to suddenly be the wife of the future president. Mr. Gloomsbury must have been more than just a little jealous of her. So, this Mr. Doom and Gloom attacked Ellen first? But if she was only trying to protect herself, wouldn't that count as justified self-defense on her part, Nick? It would. There's a good chance she'd be acquitted if we could prove that, but I wonder what Edgeworth will have up his sleeve to counter that claim. But wow, a servant girl marrying the future president of such a huge company? It sounds like a modern-day fairy tale. It does, doesn't it? Thing is, not everyone was on board with their union, apparently. Ooh. We got gossip, Emma? You got hot goss? The suspect never had any family or relatives to depend on, so she was working as a live-in maid for the Sprocket family to support herself. So a maid with no family or fortune was set to marry the president's son, huh? I guess it's not surprising that ruffled a feather or two. Yeah. Apparently the groom's parents and all of his other relatives were strongly opposed. But that didn't stop the young couple from deciding to go ahead with their wedding. Love flourishes in the face of adversity. Oh, is that how it works? Yep. If you ever have any questions about love, just ask me. I'm a qualified expert. I spend all of my spare time in Korean watching soap operas on TV. I'm not sure that's enough to make you a qualified anything, Maya. Oh, and by the way, I heard the suspect faced her fair share of harassment too. And from the sound of it, it got pretty ugly for her. So even though this incident could cause a huge scandal for the company, it might be a boon for those who oppose their marriage to begin with. After all, with Ellen's arrest and everything, the marriage is most definitely off now. Alright. So what was the murder weapon, Emma? This clock with a secret mechanism built into it. It was on display here in the reception hall. Oh my fucking god, are you serious? It's another goddamn clock? The suspect was holding it when the murder was discovered. So, the victim was clubbed to death with this, huh? That's funny. There's no blood on it as far as I can tell. Maybe it was wiped off in an attempt to tamper with the evidence? But there was definitely a luminol reaction. And it matches up with the shape of the injury, so it's gotta be the murder weapon. What a funny looking clock. Uh-huh.
They call it the Timekeeper. The idea is that it's a time machine. Every time the couple sees it, it'll bring them back to the memory of their wedding day.
A time machine, huh? Come to think of it, Ellen said her pendant was a part of a time machine. I wonder how the secret mechanism in this thing works. Huh. Huh.
So, the murder weapon here is a clock with a secret mechanism.
Just like the literal first case in the first
Yep.
game.
That's
Precisely.
cute. I like that. That's fun.
Pegacow? And Pegabull. Pegabull?
I mean, if you insist.
No! I hate this game. Love is
I
always
love causing you psychic damage. You know, I always do it when you least expect it.
Yeah. Yeah, I took big psychic damage there.
Love was always in the air in the Flying Chapel, the only wedding venue sure to make your dreams take flight. After the ceremony, out on the Vista deck, Sprocket Aviation's majestic Pegamu mascots will light up the happy couple from both sides of the sweetheart table.
Alright.
I want to pick a move.
Pegamu.
If this company was real in real life, I would simp for them so hard.
They seem like they might not be the most benevolent company ever, though. Considering they have massive influence in, you know, government and stuff.
Consider
Pegamu. That's a fair point. Is that a Pegamu?
That's a Pegamu.
This must be the lantern the body was found in. Ellen managed to move it quite a ways. It looks like a cow, but it's pretty badly broken.
That's not a cow, Nick. That's Pegasus, the flying horse.
No way, it's definitely a cow. It's got horns and everything.
But look, it has wings. Cows don't have wings. So it's Pegasus, I tell you. Oh, I know. That pamphlet should tell us.
I literally just looked at this.
Let's see. Apparently it's called a Pegamu.
I did not see that coming.
Yet somehow the name really captures the essence of what this creature is, you know? Huh. That's strange.
What is?
Well, this Pegamu is definitely a male Pegabull, right?
Yeah, I'd say so. What with the horns and all?
Okay, well... that Pegamu over there is also a Pegabull. But take a look at the pamphlet. See, the one on the right says Pegabull, but...
the other one says Pegacow, a female Pegamu.
right. The pamphlet goes on to say how they have Pegamus for the happy couple.
Oh, it was a gay marriage then. So, for Ellen's ceremony, there should have been a male and female pair of Pegamus. But for some reason, there are two males here.
Maybe somebody made a mistake when they were setting up the room?
It's hard to believe a fancy place like this would make that kind of blunder, though. In any case, we'd better check this thing out. Yeah, what's this? That's got blood on it. Did this come from the lantern?
Ugh, it's covered in blood.
Maybe it got on there when the killer was putting the body in the lantern?
Can you imagine going to open a door and finding the knob covered with blood?
That'd be bloody awful, to say the least. Shut the fuck up. Shut your fucking face, Phoenix.
Edgeworth is investigating across the room. Watch your language, right?
What do you think this is, Maya?
It looks like a flower petal to me.
What an unusual shape for a flower petal.
Do you suppose it's from one of the flowers here in the reception hall?
No, I don't see a single flower like this at any of the tables. I wonder where it came from.
Huh. Weird.
So this is where the body was found. And the first person to find it was Ellen.
Emma, what can you tell me about the condition of the body when it was found? Let's see. The victim was apparently hit on the back of the head. And here's a photo of the scene as we found it. More of those little pedal things. I want to look at that, actually. 2 more of them. He has blood in his hand. That's weird. Is this wood just part of the lantern, then?
Yeah, it's part of the inner frame.
Part of the frame. Okay. There's blood in his hand, though. That's weird. Hey, what's this? Okay. Alright. Oh, let me take a look. Grab Ellen when convenient, then send her off from the Vista deck. It looks like a note outlining the murder plot. Whoever wrote it has better handwriting than me, but it looks like they wrote it in a rush. And why do you say that? Because the writing is only smudged starting from the middle of each line. That happens when a right-handed person with a slight hook writes in a hurry. I do it sometimes myself when I'm not paying attention to where my hand is on the page. Guess I'll take your word on that, Miss Bad Handwriting Expert. Wow, Maya's smart. Hey, even I don't smudge my handwriting this badly. Alright, let's get back to the note. Alright. That note was apparently written by the victim. But why would he feel the need to write instructions to himself like this? Are you sure the victim wrote it? I sometimes write a note to myself before I go shopping. Potatoes, carrots, onions, flour. Maya, are you craving curry rice or something? Whoops. So, Emma, where's this Vista deck the note mentions? It's that heliport you see right outside the window over there. Huh.
That is the fanciest looking helicopter H I've ever seen.
No shit. So he'd planned on pushing Ellen off from there? What a monster. Okay. Okay, wait, hold on. Okay. I already have ideas. So, this note was written by a right-handed person. The blood in his hand would maybe indicate to me that his dominant hand is this hand. Then again, I guess we don't see what's in his palm on the other hand, so... But, like... Either way, he'd be more likely to get blood on his hand if his left hand was his dominant hand. I guess that about does it for this lantern. So... Realistically, it's possible that a third party wrote that note. Is there anything actually interesting here? This must be where the time machine was placed. I can't believe that such a beautiful memento was used for murder. It's just awful. Nick! We have to prove Ellen's innocence no matter what it takes. I agree. We can't let this go down as the saddest flying wedding reception in history. What? Alright, that's really specific.
Listen, things to see in Game of Thrones.
This is the sweetheart table where the bride and groom sit. Where they gorge themselves in the wedding feast, you mean? Uh-huh. Oh, it's a time machine because it sends you back to the first case. Ah! It is meta, Needle. I'd be too nervous to eat in front of a bunch of guests like this, though. They say that newlyweds are usually really busy during the reception, you know? They have to greet and talk with all the guests that came to give their blessings. They don't actually get all that much time to enjoy the dinner. Aww, I wouldn't be able to stand that. I can't imagine having a huge feast right in front of me and not being able to eat it. My, vibes. They say brides tend to have an especially hard time because of their wedding dresses. With those tight corsets squeezing their waists, they can barely eat a bite. Really? It sounds like wedding receptions are absolute torture.
I guess food still wins out over romance in Maya's book. Fuck yeah, that's my daughter. That's my girl. So that's the Vista deck out there. I bet the view was amazing. But I guess it must also kind of freak you out, huh, Nick? Yeah, kind of. Mostly because there's no surviving a fall from way up here. Yeah. Oh, I guess we can look around the rest of it, too. What the fuck is that? Oh, what's this? Little...
This entire family has a very steampunk aesthetic.
Yeah. A model airplane, the perfect decoration for an airline company wedding. And a propeller plane like this lends the room a great old-timey feel. Ooh, I'd love to see the Steel Samurai fly a plane like this. Can you picture it? The Steel Samurai zipping through the clouds over neo-old Tokyo? If Sprocket Aviation ever becomes a sponsor of the show, I could see it happening. Why didn't I think of that? I'll go suggest the idea to them later. But please at least wait until after the trial is over. No, do it right now, Maya. Don't let your dreams be dreams. That's one big partition screen. Industrial size, even. I bet it would cause an industrial sized mess if it fell over. And that's why you're not allowed to touch it, Maya. What? Then who's going to test how stable it is? Just leave it alone, please. I love Maya's pouty face. It's so good. Oh, God. It looks like a business card wallet. I wonder whose it is. That face looks awfully familiar. Yes, yes it does. Guess I'll bring it to him later. All right. Whoa, it actually disappeared.
Technology.
Technology happened. Can we look at the flowers? Nope. It's a fog machine for the reception. Pretty cool, huh? Don't you dare touch it. Aw, spoil sport. That's because I know how you operate. He's gotten good enough to preempt Maya's shenanigans. I'm so proud of him. It's a hot air balloon, a symbol of humanity's ambition to take to the skies. It's kind of a romantic notion, don't you think? Yeah, but I just noticed that it doesn't seem to be tied up to the ceiling all that well. I'm sure it's fine. Please don't let it fall on my head. Huh. Should I take a look at the Pegamu? I should.
Look how cute it is.
It's so cute. I love it. Wow, look at the horns of this flying bovine. He must be a bull. Uh-huh. It seems he made it through the ceremony in one piece. By the look of those wheels, I bet he can be rolled around rather easily, too. Yeah, I bet it would be quite a hassle if you had to lift it and carry him everywhere. And this is what the backside looks like. What's up by the bottom of his tail? Wheel handle? Oh. Oh, I get it. This way they can get inside to change the light bulbs. I see they left the wheel handle on the inside unpainted. I guess they figured nobody will see it, so why bother? It makes sense to cut costs where you can. Uh-huh. Well, overall, I can't say I see anything strange about this thing. All right. And then anything over here? It's a fog machine. I wonder if they used it during the reception. Ooh, hey Nick, go stand over there for a sec. Why? Just because. Now go. All right. I've got a bad feeling about this. What? Fogmaster 9000 on. No. Huh? Aw, nothing happened. Wow, he preempted that she would do it and then fell for it another time.
He's a master manipulator.
Phoenix, you're stupid. Looks like it won't work without some dry ice. Darn it, all I wanted to do was surround you in a thick cloud of smoke.
Okay.
Like a room full of dry ice would actually be a pretty creative way to murder someone.
Yeah, it would be. Well, I guess that just about does it for the crime scene. Hey, Nick. I want to see the rest of the airship. We might as well, since we're here. True, we might even run into some of the other people involved in the case. Hello, not Hugh O'Connor. Nick, how long has that guy been standing there? I didn't even notice him until just now. Excuse me, are you with Sprocket Aviation? God, he is so totally not Hugh O'Connor, huh? Huh? Nick, he wrote something on that paper airplane. I guess we're supposed to read it then? Let's see here. Get out, intruders. Well, that was a rather cold welcome. Mr. Wright, meet the lone son of the president of Sprocket Aviation, Soren Sprocket. Or to put it another way, the future president of Sprocket Aviation. So he's Ellen's fiance? And he's a massive nerd? Oh, there he goes.
Leaving us to think longer on who gets to voice him.
He's kind of an eccentric. I hear he's the genius inventor behind many of Sprocket Aviation's business successes. I feel like you probably should. Because I'll be voicing Phoenix, Maya, Larry, Judge.
Nice. I'm engaged to myself.
Emma.
Yeah, well, what voice is good for him, though?
I don't know. You have to figure that one out on your own. Because, like, he doesn't seem like the talkative type.
He sure isn't.
An inventor, huh? Yep. He even designed this airship. That's pretty impressive. Nick, this is no time to be standing around gawking. We have to go after him. We need to ask him some questions about Ellen. Oh, right. It looked like he was heading outside. Okay, bye, Emma. Outside? Oh, like here? There he is. Excuse me, could we talk to you? Excuse me, do you mind if I ask what you're doing? He's playing with his airplane, leave him alone. He sure is writing up a storm.
It is possible. If an enormous change in mass could be detected by the observation point, then theoretically matter can retain its form even as it crosses the event horizon.
Let's just see what he has to say about Ellen. Okay. So he's a nerd then. Excuse me, but
I mean, he has a freaking bow tie. What do you expect?
yeah, you know what? Yeah, the bow tie was a pretty clear sign that he's a nerd, huh?
He's got a bow tie and like a flat cap. Like, of course he's a freaking nerd.
Yeah, that's fair. Excuse me, but we'll be representing Ellen in court tomorrow. So, could we ask you about the case? I hate this guy. Ow! What the? Not interested? That's all you wrote after all that time? Not interested? How can you say something like that? This is about your fiancée. She's under arrest, you know.
The diameter of the airship is approximately 80 feet. The amount of energy necessary to move matter comprises of that amount of mass is.
He's off in his own little world. I can't believe he said he was not interested in thinking about his own bride's arrest. We'll just have to talk on his level then with something he might be interested in. Uh-huh. Like evidence? How about this?
What are you showing me that for?
Mr. Sprocket! I can't read him at all. Not even with an item as loaded with sentiments as this. Huh. Really? How about this? Could you take a look at this?
Is that Ellen's?
Ellen told us that she traveled through time during the incident. She said it happened after she made a wish on this pendant.
You mean to say you two were Ellen's lawyers?
Yes, I just told you that a minute ago.
Sorry, I was lost in thought.
He wasn't even listening? Oh, boy. He's not at all what I expected, based on Ellen's gushing testimonial anyway. Oh, good thing I figured that one out. We'd like to ask you about Ellen's case, if you don't mind. Whoops. Don't think I missed anything there.
I don't know a thing about it, so
no.
why don't you go ask the police?
In other words, not interested. This guy is the worst. Now I feel sorry for poor Ellen. In that case, can I ask you about how Ellen traveled through time?
Go on.
Guess that got your attention. So, is time travel really even possible?
Yes, it is possible.
Uh-huh. Alrighty then.
At the same time, it's also impossible. The pendant I gave Ellen is not supposed to operate as a time machine by itself.
What do you mean?
The timekeeper, that clock we had displayed in the reception hall, that is the body of a time machine. The pendant's simply a part.
That clock was the murder weapon, wasn't it? But it's a time machine too?
What Ellen experienced is akin to traveling down a road by car key. Physically and metaphysically, it should be impossible.
What Ellen experienced is akin to traveling down a road by car key.
So instead
it's-
of driving a car,
so-
she only had the key.
Okay. Alright. That's a metaphor I've never heard before.
Unless, maybe the quantum system inside the pendant somehow accidentally interfered with the natural flow of the fourth dimension.
We're losing him again. Maybe we'd better ask him some more about the time machine. This guy's weird.
He is very weird.
So you've been researching time travel, have you?
The space-time continuum would be man's ultimate means of travel.
Time travel is a mode of transportation?
As the dawn of time, man has developed multifarious methods of transportation. Horses, steam engines, gas engines, airplanes, spaceships.
I don't think we invented one of those.
We invented horses, what are you talking?
I don't think we invented horses. Oh, developed.
I mean, he said developed, so I guess
He did say
mankind did
developed.
domesticate horses.
That's true. Okay. We didn't invent horses.
I don't know, I beg to differ. Those things aren't natural.
That's fair.
They're all fundamentally similar in that they constitute three-dimensional movement. Time travel through the space-time continuum would shift mankind into a new paradigm.
I don't know why, Nick, but I'm getting awfully sleepy all of a sudden.
Regeneration struck into aviation as advanced the development of transportation. Therefore, it's only natural that I would research time travel as man's next great leap.
Oh, is he done? So, what exactly does all that stuff you were saying mean, Nick? Well, basically, it's like taking a hamburger joint and adding a drive-thru to it, I guess? Oh, I get it. It's the same burger, but with a quicker and more efficient delivery system. So what Soren really wants to do is launch humanity into the future. That was a good one, actually. I liked that one.
Launch, not lunch.
But do you really believe that time travel is possible?
You're doing that smart person thing.
Aw, I wish I could spin my pen like that.
Me too. I really want to be able to do like cool acrobatic stuff, but I'm too clumsy. I've got big sausage fingers.
I have really slender fingers, but I could never spin a pen like that.
I believe in you. Do it for both of us.
I will.
It only becomes truly impossible when man stops daring to believe. Besides, time travelers do exist, you know. But you would understand.
Did you hear that, Nick? Time travelers really do exist. All I know is Soren isn't the easiest guy to wrap your head around. Oh, I don't know. I kind of like the way he talks. It's full of hope for the future. He's more passionate than I thought, too, when it comes to inventions, anyway. Yeah, his apparent lack of concern for Ellen is troubling, though. So, I hear that the rest of the Sprocket family was opposed to your marriage. What are your thoughts on that? He has lost interest. Ooh?
I guess I should play this guy too.
Okay, Maximilian Pegasus, what the fuck are you doing here?
Do you want me to take him or do you want to take him?
Yeah, you can take him.
Okay.
You voiced all the new characters in this case, I guess.
I mean, I guess you have your hands full doing all the returning ones.
Yeah,
So.
I have my hands full doing all the legacy characters.
Master Soren, it's time for the meeting on next term's project. I'm already doing 2 British accents, so I'm not going to give him one too.
Yeah, that's fair.
What is this? Daydreaming about your inventions again? Tut tut, you are the future president. You must consider the business side too.
What the fuck?
It is I found Soren. Send the car over at once.
Is there not a more efficient device that you could use to communicate that?
I'm not interested. Oh, Master Soren, you do give me quite the headache at times. In any case, your attendant is waiting. Please go to him now.
Alright, and who the fuck are you? Excuse me, but who are you?
Oh, where are my manners? My name is Pierce Nickety. Please call me Pierce.
Persnickety.
Yep. I'm the Sprocket family butler.
Nick, a butler! I didn't know they actually still existed. I thought they were just on TV and stuff.
Butlers are real. They're like cryptids.
Yeah.
And who might you be, if you don't mind my asking?
Oh, I'm Phoenix Wright, Ellen Wyatt's lawyer. And I'm his assistant in my FA. I'm a spirit medium.
Oh, so it is you. I am most grateful for you for taking on Miss Ellen's defense. You have my sincerest thanks.
Don't mention it. So hey, speaking of the case...
Oh, one moment, please.
Wow, what a beautiful pocket watch.
Oh, this? It's just a bit of good luck charm.
That's one expensive good luck charm. But I guess it makes sense. Knowing the time is pretty important in this line of work. So I guess that pocket watch is as important to him as my attorney's badge is to me.
There is little time before I must attend to Master Soren again. Why not come to Sprocket Manor?
Huh? You mean to Soren's home?
As a token of appreciation for you taking on Miss Ellen's defense, I would like to serve you some delicious tea and refreshments.
Oh boy, Nick, a fancy high society tea party! With high-class snacks and everything! And what about the investigation? Are you kidding? What better place to investigate next than Soren's home? I don't know. Do you really think his house is going to give us any new leads? Of course it will! I say we take the butler up on his kind offer and go to Soren's place. Alright, you win.
Very good. To Sprocket's Manor, then.
Alright, I really have to pee, so we should take a break.
Yeah, let's do a little break.
I have to make piss.
Oh,
Alright.
squeeze the lemon.
Yeah, what? Alright, we'll be back. You also tight. Is Mina not back?
Welcome back.
Oh! scare me.
I had to fumble to unmute myself for a second.
It's alright. Alright. Hey, let's carry on. Oh, Burglar's Vintage happened. Oh, you guys don't get to see it. The boot up takes long enough that you didn't get to see it. Cool. I have to get rid of Burglar's Vintage really quick. Alright! Oh, I should probably unmute the game too. That would be a good idea. Let's go to Soren's house. Let's crash at his place. That is... Wow! Characters in the background are animated? Money. That's money, baby. Wow, this place does not disappoint. Oh, I'm so excited. Whoa, slow down, Maya. The mansion isn't going anywhere.
Now then, we won't have to worry about anyone untoward eavesdropping here.
Uh-huh.
I take it you wanted to ask me some questions?
Huh? That's why you invited us here?
I'm sorry to have tricked you like this. But this is a murder, after all. I couldn't talk openly about it in public and risk sullying the Sprocket family's reputation.
Man, you are so incredibly suspicious. Aw, and I was really looking forward to all those fancy snacks, too. There, Maya. Don't cry. This Pierce guy is one shrewd man. Hey, Nick! Look at that cute vintage radio! Radio? Oh, that thing over there under the stuffed bull's head. I'm gonna take a closer look. I'm gonna steal it. God damn it! Maya! She hasn't changed a single bit, huh?
I'm gonna go touch it, and then it breaks instantly.
It just turns into dust the moment she touches it. I thought I told you to settle down. I'm sorry.
Not to worry.
Whoa. Okay, Dr. Octopus. Wow, the little mech fixed it right up.
I'm not only the butler, but I'm also Sprocket Aviation's repair department director. One might say that patching things up is my specialty.
That was incredible. What is that little doohickey on your shoulder anyway?
It's my fixer-upper shoulder mech. Master Sword made it for me. It has too many features and functions to effectively enumerate at the moment, though.
That's so cool. I wish I had one of those. Yeah, you really need it.
Fixing things is a simpler matter. Affecting people is a different matter. Even a skilled physician can't bring back the dead. Oh, but forgive me. I seem to have gotten sidetracked.
He must be in shock over Mr. Gloomsbury's death. Still, I do need to ask him some questions about the case. I should take a look around and see what I can find out while I'm here, too. Yeah, I mean, this is obviously a thing that I need to look at. Because you can very much tell this is a higher res photo than everything else in the background, and that you should look at it. Hey, Nick, now here's a real lady. Oh, yeah? Oh, she's hot. She looks smart as a whip, doesn't she? I wonder who she is. We didn't see her on the airship. Oh, she's dead? Soren's sister. I think I see the resemblance. Maybe I'll show Pierce's photo later and ask him about her. She die. Why are all the hot ladies dead?
Law of the series.
Yeah. Excuse me, but there's a card here on the floor. The Flying Chapel? What areas in the Flying Chapel require a key card, if I may ask? So you can't enter those areas without a key card? Wait, what's Ellen's key card? What's Ellen's key card doing here? Did Ellen come back here after the incident occurred? Huh. Was that man wearing a beret by any chance? Why did he... Larry, what the fuck? I
Already
knew
causes
it.
problems on purpose.
The only question is, what was he doing here? Yeah. That also looks like I should look at it, maybe. Nick! Look at that airplane propeller up there going round and round. I see they've got an aviation theme going on. Makes sense for an airline family. I wonder if it doubles as a fan. Ooh, what if the rest of the plane were on the other side of that wall? And the wall would open up so the plane could take off in an emergency. How cool would that be? If that's what's behind the propeller wall, then what's behind the bull across the way? Oh, I know. Maybe it's the rest of him. That must be where the sprockets get their milk. Nick. First of all, that's a beef cow, and second, bulls don't make milk. Oh, right. That's what I get for trying to play along. Well, Cookie, the thing is, for most of the time that we were in this scene, the key card was blocked by character models, so this was obviously the first thing I looked at. Oh, are those pictures of the wedding reception? Do you mind if we have a look at that photo? Okay. This seems important. Wow, look at how beautiful. Oh, look at how beautiful Ellen is here. She looks a bit nervous, though. She does, doesn't she?
Arm lesbian doesn't even mention Soren.
Yeah. Hey, look, there's Pierce. Really? Where? Right there, behind the sweetheart table. Oh, yeah? Hey, you're right. I bet he was there attending to the happy couple the whole dinner. So, what do you think, Nick? Does anything in this photo stick out to you? No, not at the moment, anyway. Hey, Nick, if Ellen really did travel back in time, do you think this photo is of the second reception, you know, after the time jump? I wonder. Excuse me, sir. I might as well voice this man. He's got enough lines already.
Yeah, this nameless guy is carrying the scene.
He is. Ellen told us she traveled back in time. Would you happen to know anything about that? Oh, no. I haven't the foggiest idea what you're talking about. He climbed up faster than a clam. That's weird. That's odd. That's suspicious. Is there anything weird about this photo? That lantern back there is still the bull. So that's the bull where the body would be, right? And Pierce... Why does Pierce look so evil in that? He looked like a real evil man. And there's fog, which means the fog machine was working at this time, but we don't know when this is. Okay. Hello, sir. I can't look at you. I can't look at you? How are you not a character, sir?
The Monopoly Man.
Oh, it's the bridal bouquet. Hey, Nick, how about I throw it and you try to catch it? Why me? Just because. So you and Edgeworth actually tie the knot, you know? I bet you'd look hilarious flailing around trying to grab it. But doesn't tradition dictate that it's the ladies that go after the bouquet? Who cares? Just catch it. You're the bottom anyway. Here. Ow! Hey, you threw it back. You threw it right in my face.
She would say that. She would call him out for that.
She would say that. Oh, why not? They say it's bad luck to catch the bouquet of a marriage that doesn't last. But I already caught it. Whoops. Too late now, huh, Nick? Thanks, Maya. You're the best. Don't you dare touch that radio again. It looks like an expensive antique. What are you worried about? If it breaks again, Pierce will just fix it up again. I really hope he's nice enough to waive the repair bill. What repair bill? He fixed it in like 2 seconds. A bull. Come to think of it, there was a bull logo on the side of the Flying Chapel, too. The president of the company must have a thing for cattle. The bull is the symbol of Sprocket Aviation. To be as strong and steady as a bull. That's the company creed, you know. Probably for all the backbreaking labor they put their employees through. Hey! Hell yeah, Phoenix. By the way, that bull logo on the Flying Chapel, the one with the rainbow wings, his name is Rainy the Rainbow. Get it? I get it. He's a rainbow-colored bull, so he's a rainbow, right? What a memorable name, huh, Nick? Yeah, for the lameness of the pun. Yeah, I agree. I agree? I agree. Is that everything in here? Yes. Okay, so we just have to... Oh, that's not the right button. Why did they open that? I need to show this to Mr. Suspicious. Pierce, the woman in this photo is Soren's older sister, Selena, right? I don't think we've met her yet.
Yes, about that.
He seems hesitant all of a sudden. If you wouldn't mind, could you tell us about her?
All right, very well. She's a big part of Master Soren's past, after all.
Soren's past?
Master Soren will become the next president of Sprocket Aviation. However, that wasn't always so. Miss Selena Sprocket, Master Soren's elder sister, was next in line.
So, why isn't she becoming the next president?
What do you think, Maya?
Well, why, yeah, like, why are you asking?
Because she died in a car accident.
What? But she's so hot! I had no idea.
Actually, Master Soren was also in the car with her at the time of the accident.
Needle. She's dressed like a flight attendant because this is... She literally would have been the president of an aviation company who owns an airline.
The sister had left right before his eyes devastated him. Ever since then, he has buried himself in his research on time machines. He also became a quiet and meticulous, almost compulsive note-taker around then.
He seems so stiff and robotic. I had no idea he was carrying all that around inside him.
Master Soren has abandoned the company business and spends all his time on inventions. As the family butler, I'm truly concerned. I believe it's high time we let go of the past.
Uh-huh. Sure.
About the incident Miss Ellen was arrested for. Do you think she did it?
Well, I can't prove it yet, but no, I don't think she could have done it. I guess you could call it a gut feeling.
I see. I guess we have different opinions then.
Of course we do. Do we now?
The prosecution says that when Gloomsbury attacked Miss Ellen, she fought back. And ended up killing him. I agree with this perspective. Or rather, that is the consensus of the entire Sprocket family.
Even so, I heard an interesting story from Chief Prosecutor Edgeworth. You know what? It's been 2 hours. I should maybe do a save. I heard that the Sprocket family had tried to pressure the prosecutor's office into burying this case. And he goes back to cleaning it again.
I fear you are mistaken. All we sought was merely a legal consultation. Besides, none of it matters now, as she is no longer a part of this family. Fortunately for us, they get to get their marriage license before holding the banquet.
So basically, once they realized they couldn't sway the prosecution, they cut her loose.
I realize how callous that must sound. But my duty is to protect the Sprocket family, and more specifically, Sprocket Aviation's future and Master Soren, whose genius is essential to the company. I will do anything to achieve that goal. That is my job as the Sprocket family butler.
I disagree, but sure. I don't think that's really your job. You know, I think Pierce and Mr. Edgeworth would get along really well, don't you think? Yeah, I could easily picture Edgeworth with a butler.
Oh, and by the way, I suppose I should tell you this about. I should tell you about this as well. It's about when the members of the extended family and I discovered the crime.
Jesus Christ. Did Ellen say anything to you about traveling through time? Uh-huh.
She must have been delirious. There's no need to take such a claim seriously.
Soren himself said that time travel was possible, though.
Master Soren said that. It sounds like he's still stuck in the past.
He's psychologically stuck, I take it. Huh?
Excuse me. What is it? I see. I believe I told you the madam will be having milk tea. Still, have lemon slices on the ready just in case. We must not disappoint her, understand?
You sure are busy.
All in a day's work. Still, we really do need Master Soren to start focusing on the business side of things soon.
Wait. None of this answered the question? None of that answered the question.
Which was?
I guess she did. I guess he did say that. I guess he implied that she mentioned it by saying that she must have been delirious.
Yeah.
What was all that about?
It was sometime after the reception. Some of the master's relatives and I went to clean up the reception hall. And that is when we saw it. A woman standing in front of the victim with the bloody murder weapon in her hands.
But
it was none other than Miss Ellen.
But Pierce, it wasn't what it looked like. That's right, she just happened to find the body.
I do not know what Miss Ellen has told you, but what we witnessed was unmistakably the moment immediately after the deed has been committed.
Ugh.
And that is what the police who came in, and that is what I told the police who came in response to my call.
I see. So Pierce was the one who reported it to the police, huh? Oh, God. Why are you here? Hey, Nick, what are you doing here? Larry? Oh, man, Edgy gave me a heck of a hard time. Larry, what are you doing here? I came to promote my new character, Q Piglet. I was hoping Sprocket Aviation would do some kind of tie-in with me for it. Wow, I didn't know Larry was such an aggressive businessman. You can learn a thing or two from him, Nick. Why don't you promote your agency to them? Now's not exactly the time for that, in case you haven't noticed. See? And this is why you'll never be rich, because you have morals and ethics. Actually, Larry, I've been meaning to ask you something. You were there in the Flying Chapel yesterday, right? Huh? Was I? What were you doing there? Nothing. Whatever it was, I bet it wasn't anything to be proud of, but never mind that. Did you see anything that had to do with the case? Scratch that. Let's start with, you weren't involved in this case, were you? fucking Larry. Larry, can you just give me a straight yes or no answer for once, you motherfucker? Larry. Hey, he took off! I just knew it. When something smells, it's usually the butts. Wow, that's the first time we've said this all case, huh? Come on, Maya, after him!
They were saving it.
They were saving it for this.
Oh, are you leaving so soon?
We, have to run. Thank you for making time for us.
I know you have to investigate, but please try to spare the family's feelings as you do.
Yes, of course. Where the fuck are we going, then? That was a good call. There he is. Hey, Larry! Hey there, friend. Fancy meeting you here. There's nothing fancy about it. All we did was follow you. So tell me, Larry, why did you run away like that? Huh? Me? I don't know what you're talking about. A bolt of inspiration for my new picture book hit me and I had to run is all. It was like a cupiphany, you dig? Right. He's just going to keep on playing dumb, isn't he, Nick? I don't think he's playing, Maya. Come on, Larry. I know you were on that airship, so what did you see? I didn't see anything. I didn't see anything because I was never on that stupid airship. Well, I know I can immediately disprove that. Psyche-locks. You say something? Oh my god, we're not going to tutorialize this again, are we? Shut up!
It's so weird, because like, you can technically play this case at any time if you bought it after the game came out.
Yeah. But like...
So they have to tutorialize it, because what if someone plays this first, before the first case
Why would
even?
they play this first?
I don't know, but they have to account for that. It was probably a QA thing. Like, they were like, well, if we can play this case in any order, then you have to put some tutorials in it. That's probably what the case also opens with Phoenix introducing everyone, just in case you play it first.
Yeah. I hate that. Why would you do that? It's like skipping to the last page of a book. Or like reading the epilogue first. Like, what the fuck? Who does that? This is no time for games, Larry. I will find out what you're hiding. I'm telling you, Nick, you've got it all wrong. I've got nothing to do with this case whatsoever. Oh, come on, Larry. Even a baby could see through such a blatant and obvious lie. Nothing whatsoever, huh? If you weren't involved, Larry, then you wouldn't have been involved with this person. Yeah, obviously. You're the one who brought Ellen to my office in the first place. And all those cops. Nothing to do with the case whatsoever isn't going to cut it this time, Larry. If you have to lie, at least do a better job of it. Don't diss me, Nick. If you're still convinced I'm lying, then let me ask you this. What makes you think I was on that stupid old airship anyway? Let me see some proof if you've got any. Doubling down, are you? Fine. You want proof, Larry? Here's proof that you were on that airship. Larry, you're so fucking stupid and bad at this. Uh-oh. This is your business card wallet, isn't it, Larry? I found it in the reception hall. Gah! Time to come clean, Larry Butts. I hate that line. What exactly are you hiding? Alright, fine, you got me. I'll tell you everything. Larry, why are you the worst? Is that the same beret that he was wearing in fucking Bridge to the Turnabout?
I think it is, yeah.
It's like all patched together now. Larry, what were you doing on that airship anyway? Well, I went there to deliver the welcome to our wedding sign they ordered from me. Huh. I didn't know you took on real jobs like that too. Well, for your information, my wedding welcome signs are very popular on the net. And that's how you met Ellen? Uh-huh. I mean, I'd seen her in the photo for the welcome sign, but seeing her in person, the way she smiled at me and said thank you. I feel like I've been hit by lightning. And that's when you fell in love with someone else's bride, huh? So, were you invited to the reception? Can you believe they told me only family and relatives could attend? They wouldn't even let me into the reception hall. Smart move on their part, I'd say. I got upset and started wandering around the airship. That must be when I dropped my business card wallet. What the fuck is this pipe?
A little bubble pipe.
It's like a ping pong ball. It's definitely not a bubble.
It's a very sad bubble.
Unless he's like really good at making the bubble not pop, which I doubt Larry's good at anything. So somebody else must have found it and brought it to the reception hall then. But you know what? I saw something incredible was on that flying chapel. Like, get a load of this. What?
Of course. Another case with Larry, another crappy Larry drawing to decipher.
This one isn't even that bad, though.
I mean, the important part's bad.
The important part is very bad. What the heck is this? What do you mean, what is this? Isn't it obvious? It's a drawing. I sketched a picture of one of the cabins of the airship. So, what's so incredible about a cabin? Look at was outside the window. Yeah, as if you needed to highlight that for me. It's one of those flying dinosaurs, a real-life pterodactyl. I looked out of the cabin window, and there it was, just flying out there. The airship traveled through time, I tell ya. Whoa. What? When I told that Pierce Butler guy about it, he told me to never mention it to anybody ever again. But why would he try to keep you from spouting what is clearly just nonsense? Maybe Sprocket Aviation is secretly developing a time machine. No way. Nick, this case is totally amazing. Larry, you didn't tell Mr. Edgeworth about this, did you? Of course not. Edgy would just roll his eyes and think I was off my rocker. I didn't even tell him I was wandering around the airship. I told him I met Ellie at the mooring dock and we ran away together. Yeah, I can see Edgewood's eyes rolling right out of his head had he heard about this. Yeah, they would have literally rolled out of his head. So Larry also experienced a time slip somehow. But how is that possible? Hey, Nick! I'll be taking my card wallet back now, if you don't mind. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, this is for you. What is it? Flower. Wait, there's a Pega cow.
Pegamu.
Pega cow
Pega
here.
cow.
What? Why did they get swapped out with a Pega bull? God, I need to stop saying that. It's a picture of the hold. I took it when I was wandering around in the airship. See, there's Ellie right there in the middle. The hold? Yeah, see? It's right here in the diagram. Alright. Okay. So now I know where the hold is, but what was Ellen doing there? Well, they were using it as a prepping area for the reception. I see. And around when did you take this? Before the reception, I took it while Ellie was getting everything ready. So this was taken before the incident occurred. I don't know if it'll be of any help, but thanks for this anyway. Will Larry have actually been useful at least once? Stay tuned to find out. By the way, Larry, I heard that the door to the hold is controlled by a security system. So how'd you get in there? That's a trade secret, can't tell ya. And the hits just keep on coming. Well, I guess that's basically a wrap on the investigation. Not quite, Nick. I want to meet Ellen, too. Oh, that's right. You haven't met her yet, have you? Okay, let's head over to the detention center then, so you can say hi. Later, fucker. Oh. Okay. Oh.
No, why? Please understand this is Master Soren's.
Oh. You cut out there for a second. Or did Mina die?
Best interest. Hello?
Oh,
I didn't die, I'm
wow.
here. Hello?
that was weird. It cut off halfway through that line, and then it came back like 15 seconds later and continued the line.
That's creepy.
That's weird. All right, I guess you're not dead. Sounds like Ellen's busy talking with someone. Hi.
The next president cannot be married to a criminal. It would disgrace Sprocket Aviation. Miss Ellen, I need you to forget about this marriage.
Pardon us.
If it isn't Mr. Right,
So, their marriage is definitely off?
there is no other choice. They cannot have a criminal in the family. For the sake of Master Soren and the Sprocket family, this is what is best. No.
Oh no. Wow, Maya, why are you so large? In that case, what if Nick here proved Ellen's innocence? Then you wouldn't have a criminal in the family, right?
I suppose you're right, but I'm afraid that will be impossible.
That's not true, not for Nick. He may look like a nobody, but he can do some pretty amazing things. I don't take cases on lightly, so rest assured I will prove her innocence.
Mr. Phoenix, right. I understand your name is quite well known in the judicial world. For better or for worse.
What does that mean? Pierce, I want you to promise me this. If I can prove Ellen's innocence, then you won't stand in the way of Soren and Ellen's marriage.
Very well. But not even the most talented lawyer in the world can change reality itself.
Fucking bet. Bet, idiot.
And the reality is, Miss Ellen's guilty beyond a shadow of a doubt.
I believe that's where you're wrong, Pierce.
I'm clean, I swear I am. Obsessively, compulsively clean.
Yeah.
Just as clean and pure as a pure white dress. Fine, you have my word. But you will be the one to regret this promise.
Why?
Now, if you will excuse me.
Why would we regret it? There's literally no downside to us taking this deal. No, I have all the more reason to win this case. Ellen, we finished our investigation, and we'd like to talk with you about what we found. I'm fine now. I'm normal now.
Okay, so what did you find out?
In the course of our investigation, we heard that you had been standing in front of the victim with the murder weapon in your hands. That didn't last long.
No, she's a live wire.
Yeah.
It wasn't what it looked like. It's true I was holding the murder weapon. But when I found him, he was already dead. I panicked. And I was hoping I could go back in time again like I'd done earlier. So I picked up the timekeeper from the pedestal and brought it over without thinking.
Ah.
I think a Southern accent's like my favorite one to do. It's just so much fun.
You do them really well.
Thank you. You can credit that to growing up in southwestern Ontario. We actually had Southern accent.
What the wait? Like Southern America? Like,
Yeah.
why?
It was mostly farmers. For some reason they spoke like that. Don't ask me why.
That's weird. You were so desperate you were ready to try anything, huh? Unfortunately, that sort of behavior makes you an easy target for the prosecution.
No.
And as for your little trip through time, none of your in-laws could confirm your story, I'm afraid.
I see.
The only exception is Larry. He said he saw something.
Really? What did he see?
Well, you're not gonna believe this. Can't say I quite believe it myself, but Larry claims he saw something incredible. He claims he saw a pterodactyl flying outside the airship.
What?
Not only that, but apparently Pierce Nickety told Larry to keep quiet about it.
By that name.
Pierce Nickety. That one's
It's very fun to say.
That one's stretching it as well, though.
It's very fun to say, though. It's got good mouthfeel.
Pierce Nickety. Yeah, that's a good name.
But why would Pierce do such a thing?
Jesus, Maya, you're so large.
It's the perspective.
Yeah,
She's
it's the
right up in Nick's
perspective.
face.
Yeah. Larry's theory is that Sprocket Aviation is developing something in secret. A time machine, to be exact.
Do you think that's why nobody would confirm my story? Because it's a secret?
I really don't know. But speaking of your in-laws, we did manage to find your key card to the Sprocket Manor. One of your in-laws said he'd keep an eye on it for you.
Oh, thank goodness. I lost it when I was getting things ready for the reception. I looked everywhere for it.
Larry stole it.
I'm so glad you found it.
At least there are tears of joy this time for a change. Well, Nick, it looks like you'll have to prove the existence of time travel in court tomorrow. Good fucking luck with that, buddy.
That's right. I swear that while Mr. Gloomsbury was being killed, I was busy traveling back through time.
Great. With stodgy skeptic Edgeworth at the helm for the prosecution tomorrow, we're really gonna have our work cut out for us. Yeah, no shit. Alright. Hey, Mina?
Yeah?
What the fuck is this case?
Very silly.
It's very incredibly silly, huh? Alright,
Sure is.
You know what, let's take a little break and then we'll do the trial in one big chunk. That's what we'll do.
Sounds gooch.
Okay. We'll be back. Wait, I have to switch my transitions. Hold on. We'll be back. It didn't even work well. Whatever. I'm back.
Welcome back.
Just sipping my water. Okay. Whoops. That was the wrong transition. Oh well. I saved. Yes, I saved. We're at the trial. Oh, I'm excited. We get a trial against Edgeworth.
I know, it's been so long.
It's been
And
so
by so long, I mean
long.
one game.
Yeah. Holy shit. Oh, this will be fun.
Good morning, Mr. Wright.
Good morning, Owen. I see you're still wearing your wedding gown.
And I will continue to wear it until our marriage is saved. Oh, Soren.
Oh. I love her.
She's great. I think she's one of my favorite defendants.
Mm-hmm. Do you think I came to see how she's holding up?
Soren, my love, you came all the way to the courthouse just to see me? Oh, Soren, I don't know what to say. Blueprints.
What?
Huh? The engine blueprints. I can't find them. Do you know where they are? Oh, they're in your room, third shelf from the bottom on the right-hand side. Ah, I see.
Okay, bye! He's leaving already? Don't tell me he came just to ask about some stupid blueprints. Is he really that cold of a person, or is that just how he comes off, I wonder?
What about me, Soren?
Oh, hi.
Ellen.
He's back.
I'm home soon.
Oh, he does care.
I'm lost without you.
Aww. They're like actually kind of sweet.
Yeah. Later. He's very awkward.
He just has great difficulty expressing his emotions.
Yeah.
Looks like showing your vulnerabilities is the fastest way to capturing a woman's heart. You should take notes on this, Nick. Why? He has a husband, Maya. Oh, you haven't been here for a while, I guess. But please leave me out of this. Anyway, it looks like Soren isn't big on words, but it's clear that he cares about Ellen. Knowing that, I actually feel kind of relieved. Show your glowing weak spot to attract the ladies. Yeah, this is how I get girlfriends.
Mr. Wright. I just absolutely cannot be found guilty, you hear?
Don't worry. I'm going to do everything I can to prove your innocence.
Thank you, Mr. Wright.
That's why bosses are always showing the weak spot. Oh, it's flirting. Oh, I've really misconstrued every boss in every video game, I think.
The trial's about to start, sir.
Edgeworth. Knowing him, he's not going to yield an inch. Uh-huh. So I'm just gonna fight with everything I've got and save Ellen. Not gonna yield an inch, huh? It's gonna make Phoenix beg for it. Oh, now we actually get Edgeworth from the proper perspective for the first time since the first game. Court is now in session for the trial of Ellen Wyatt. The defense is ready, Your Honor.
The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor.
Hey, where? Oh, your glasses are here. Okay, I see.
Yeah, it's just like in the tournament for tomorrow. He just takes them off before he starts prosecuting.
Seeing so many familiar faces gathered together like this, I feel as though I'm at a grand reunion. That makes me want to go out for dinner and a drink and reminisce with all of you.
Oh, that sounds like a great idea. I was dying for a real burger the whole time I was away.
We could make it a welcome back party for Maya. How about it, Edgeworth?
No intention of cavorting with my enemies. Now then, Your Honor, let us start this trial at once.
Now you're just being intentionally rude.
Ho ho! Still not one for lighthearted banter, are you, Mr. Edgeworth?
Jokes and good humor are beyond worthless in a court of law.
Guess we'll just have to have the party without him then. He hates this.
However, after the conclusion of this trial, I might consider joining your little welcome back party.
There we go.
I certainly wouldn't mind an invite at the very least.
He's still as emotionally constipated as ever, I see.
Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, if you could please go over the details of this case for us.
The victim was Dumas Gloomsbury, a servant in the Sprocket household. He was in attendance at the wedding reception that occurred from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Mr. Gloomsbury apparently felt some animosity towards Ellen Wyatt, and so, a bit after the reception ended at 10 p.m., he assaulted Miss Wyatt with the intent to kill her. The defendant fought back and ended up killing Mr. Gloomsbury.
In other words, it was justified self-defense, correct? If that's the case, the defendant might not be criminally responsible.
He's right. Worst case scenario, I could go for self-defense to avoid the criminal charge. I wonder how Edgeworth plans to counter that, though.
Prosecution's first witness. Will make my view on the matter clear, Your Honor.
Very well. Bailiff, please bring in the first witness.
Hi, Emma. Emma's shoes are really cute.
Please state your name and occupation, witness.
Emma Sky, forensic investigator. Needle, you can't do it. And I'd just like to say, sir, that being in the same courtroom as you is a great honor. Oh yeah, Emma was a fangirl, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I totally forgot about that. This is really cute, actually.
Oh, that's right. You're a fan of Edgeworth's, aren't you, Emma?
We're good friends and all, Mr. Wright. But just this once, I intend to faithfully and fully testify for the prosecution. And I do mean that wholeheartedly.
I expect no less from you.
Yes, sir. I'm going to do my very best. Looks like you lost the popularity contest to Mr. Edgeworth, Nick.
Nah, I really could care less. Besides,
Wait, you could care less?
you could care less.
So you do care, Phoenix.
Good. He does care at least a little
He
bit.
does care a little bit. She'll see who's the better lawyer once I win this trial.
Yeah, maybe then you'll actually care less.
Thank you, Maya. That's my girl. Now, Detective Sky, if you please.
I have to say, I love Maya saying literally the exact same thing I said.
Yeah, it's almost like you're connected on a spiritual level.
Almost. The murder weapon was the clock called the timekeeper. The victim was hit with it from behind and he fell over right into the lantern. The defendant was spotted then, standing in front of the body holding the murder weapon. The victim was struck twice, by the way. Huh.
He was struck twice.
That's right. There's no mistake about it. The first blow was to the back of the victim's head. It was hard enough to knock him unconscious. Yet, despite the fact that he had been immobilized by the first blow, the defendant delivered a second fatal blow to the side of the victim's head.
Ah. So it's not justified self-defense at that point.
Yeah.
It's murder. Which means what exactly? Fucking
I figured we'd go right over your head.
fucking smug face. Oh, I'm back to hating him again.
Let's put it this way. By striking the victim a second time, the defendant killed her last chance to escape from any criminal wrongdoing.
She did, but how, Mr. Edgeworth?
The defendant may have been fighting back because she was being attacked. However, she then went on to deliver a fatal blow to a man who was already fully unconscious.
Nick, is he saying what I think he is?
I don't feel so well.
Phoenix immediately turns to ash.
He crumbles in the dust. And thus, Mr. Wright, has justified self-defense been removed from the table. The prosecution intends to prove that the defendant killed the victim with murderous intent. Allow me to belatedly submit the victim's autopsy report.
You motherfucker.
And you hit the desk.
I hit the desk. Because of course he has to do this. It's a fan service case.
Oh, you piece of shit. So that's why he was acting all smug. Well, more smug than usual.
It's fine, right? It's not like we were going to plead self-defense anyway, right?
Right, but now the judge has a negative impression of Ellen. Look at his eyes, Maya.
He's angry.
They scream for execution. He may not get to prosecute much anymore, but he definitely hasn't lost his touch. Now then, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
Hi, Emma. Okay, Emma, I know you're working for the prosecution right now, but I just want you to know that I still love you, okay?
Huh?
That's... what? That's a... really broad time of death. The reception was from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. So... the murder took place sometime in the 3 hours after the reception? What the fuck? Cause of death, cerebral hemorrhage from a strong blow to the head. One contusion was found on the back of the head and one on the side. The blows were caused by the same weapon. Okay. Are you completely sure the murder weapon was the timekeeper? Yes, completely. The shape of the injury on the victim's head matches up with that of the timekeeper. And it's definitely heavy enough to kill someone with. But would the defendant be able to pick up and swing something so heavy? I tried it myself and I was able to lift it up just fine. And I'm super ripped.
Maybe you're just freakishly strong.
Excuse me, Mr. Wright? I'll have you know that people on the force know me as the dainty forensic investigator. Oh, so you're not super ripped?
Sorry. But really, you're hardly a delicate flower.
Mr. Wright. This is a court of law. Save your antics for after the trial if you know how.
Phoenix? Fucking Edgeworth? Yeah. It's been how many years? And you know Phoenix gets to the bottom of shit like this.
Yes, sir. It won't happen again, Daddy.
Moving on.
The defendant was fighting back against the victim, right? If so, wouldn't she have hit him in the front and not from behind?
The victim must have tried to run once Miss Wyatt started fighting back. That's probably when he got hit from behind. Oh, so the second blow doesn't even matter. Because, like, if he's running away, then that already kind of obliterates justified self-defense on its face.
Yeah.
Because if he's going to stop attacking her, then she has no reason to, like, defend herself lethally.
I see. Thus the blow to the back of his head.
The defendant must have looked awfully scary when she was brandishing that clock.
I don't know about that. Regardless of how scary Ellen looked, the victim was definitely hit from behind.
May I go on?
Yes, of course. Please do. But that's only because she was so panicked when she found the body that she tried to use the timekeeper to go back in time.
Fuck, why did you say that, Phoenix?
Mr. Wright. Do you have any idea how absurd you sound?
But Miss Wyatt really believed she could travel through time with that clock.
You really should have come up with a more credible story, you know?
Yes, I agree. Me three. But it's all I've got to go on.
Anyway, under the circumstances... Whoops. How does that happen? The only conclusion we can draw is that the defendant killed the victim. I feel like this is the only case in this entire game where we have been completely underprepared. Oh, maybe the second one. Turnabout Storyteller, I feel like we weren't super prepared for that one either.
Yeah, because Athena was literally brought on the last minute.
Yeah, I don't really have any, like, theories about this case.
Yeah, you're missing some very critical information for sure.
Yeah.
Miss Wyatt must have had a chance to escape after she struck the victim the first time. So why would she stick around and hit him with such a heavy object again?
Well, about that.
Allow me to explain. Why did you strike him again indeed? To finish off the victim, of course. This very act shows that she had every intention of killing Mr. Gloomsbury.
It still looks like he's wearing eyeliner.
Yeah, but he's not like as drop-dead tired as he was in the original trilogy.
Yeah. Ugh. But Miss Wyatt would never do a thing like that.
Let's see some evidence that disproves my theory.
Ugh. Are you going to just stand there and take that from him, Nick? You do that all the time anyway. Why are you doing it here?
I can't refute his claim head on, so I'll have to approach it from a different angle. Well, it looks like we won't be going anywhere until we can refute Edgeworth's claim.
This is so exciting. We haven't taken on Mr. Edgeworth in ages.
Yeah.
Okay, Nick, now go get him.
No need to rush me, Maya.
Thanks for the help, Maya.
Alright, I better start by comparing Emma's testimony with the evidence we have, and look for any glaring inconsistencies.
Oh, so I do actually have to present something here, huh?
Can I see all of the statements again?
Oh wait.
hold on, go back.
Oh wait. Yeah, I saw that.
Objection!
Yeah, I got it. All I had to do was go through the statements again. Detective Sky, I'm afraid I have to apologize in advance. For what? For embarrassing you in front of your idol. What?
Oh.
What do you mean? If you take a look at this photo of the crime scene, you'll see that the victim is lying on his back. But if the victim had been hit from behind, as you claim, then he should have fallen over into the lantern face down. Ah! It's not enough to simply take someone's side, Detective Sky, even if it's Mr. Edgeworth's. Oh.
There does appear to be a flaw in Detective Sky's testimony.
Mr. Wright, if you think I'm going to just back right down, then you're sadly mistaken. Emma's unusually fired up today. Don't forget, she's in front of her hero, Nick. Oh, I actually skipped that. If a Steel Samurai came to watch this trial, I'd want to do my absolute best too. Listen, Mr. Wright, it's entirely possible the defendant moved the victim's body after he fell over. In that case, there wouldn't be any contradiction, right?
Indeed, that was an excellent counter-argument, Detective.
Yeah, but what proof do we have that she moved the body? You can count on me, sir. So, what do you have to say to that, Mr. Wright?
Is it possible the victim's body was moved after he fell into the lantern?
No, it's not. Because they found her standing over the body with the murder weapon.
There's something else that you noticed about the body, right?
Oh, all the shrapnel and stuff on it.
Yeah, like the petals. If they had moved it, then those would have definitely fallen off.
Yeah.
Sorry, Detective, but there's no way the victim's body was moved after his death.
Oh, really? And what makes you so sure?
One look at this here, and it should become obvious.
The pedal? That's really small to click onto. I'll do this one.
Take that!
Oh my god. Should it be the wood bits?
No, it should be the petals, I think. Maybe like the one on his chest? Yeah, that one.
Take that!
Well, goddamn. Maybe it is the debris.
Nina, I swear to fucking god.
I mean, the petals make more sense to me. Like, those are far more light and delicate.
Yeah, but this is heavier and it would move.
That's fair.
Take that!
I was right all along. Mina, I'm the better detective. I'm sorry.
Listen, it's better to be laughed at than wrong.
But you weren't wrong.
You're laughing now.
Yeah, I'm laughing because you were wrong. So it's both? Is it better to be
We'll say I broke even.
Is it better to be laughed at and wrong?
Yes.
Those broken bits of the lantern?
Yes, if the body had been moved after the fact, these fragments would have fallen off of it. But as you can clearly see, they're lying perfectly undisturbed on top of the body. This means that the victim must have been lying face up from before the lantern even broke.
You're right. But wait a minute, if that's true, then when was the victim killed? I mean, the lantern was still whole during the reception, right?
Right, which means we've just overturned a major assumption about this case. If the victim was already dead before the lantern was even broken, then the body must have been inside the lantern since before the reception started. In other words, the defense asserts that the victim was killed before the wedding reception. What? In short, when Miss Wyatt was seen standing in front of the body after the reception, it wasn't the moment just after the murder was committed. It was the moment she happened to discover the body, just as Miss Wyatt claims.
Ah!
Objection!
Whether the act was committed before or after the reception is entirely inconsequential. After all, it was the defendant who prepared the reception hall for the event in question. Therefore, when the murder occurred, changes nothing with regard to her guilt. She could have killed the victim before the reception, as you claim, and then tried to hide his body in the lantern after the event ended.
Objection!
And then stood over the body with the murder weapon in her hands?
Sorry, but that doesn't make any sense. I mean, where would the body have been hidden during the reception in your scenario?
That's...
Even you have to admit, Mr. Edgeworth, that this has opened up a new possibility.
Do explain, Mr. Wright.
Well, if Miss Wyatt didn't commit the crime in the reception hall, then that means someone somewhere put the victim's body into the lantern. I suppose that makes sense. A dead body couldn't have put itself in there. Exactly, Your Honor. In other words, if the murder actually occurred before the reception, it opens up the possibility that the defendant didn't do it.
All of this? All of this? All of this.
Probably the first option.
Probably the first one, but also all of it?
Yeah.
If the body was hidden inside the lantern, then it's possible that the body was moved along with it from somewhere else.
Oh, you're right.
You can run that mouth of words all you want. But do you have evidence to support what's coming out of it, Mr. Wright?
Of course I do. I think the answer lies in that piece of evidence, and in something that was left of the crime scene that will point us to where the victim was really killed. Very well, Mr. Wright, in that case, what proves that the lantern and the body were moved from somewhere else?
Not this.
Wait, hold on, make it bigger?
It's like that.
Oh.
There's two of them.
Not that
Oh,
yet.
the flowers. The flowers.
Okay, my brain was one step ahead of the game again.
Oh, okay. Okay, what did Phoenix say? The answer lies in that piece of evidence and in something that was left at the crime scene that will point us to where the victim was really killed. Something that was left at the crime scene would be the petal. Right?
Probably, yeah, the photo of the body again.
Yeah. Which...
Take that!
Okay, my health went away. The photo of the victim again?
Yes. I'd like to go to focus on this thing right here.
Oh yeah, it is the petals, isn't it?
Take that!
Flower petals, Mr. Wright?
These petals are from a kind of flower that were not present in the reception hall. This means they must have gone into the lantern when it was somewhere else.
Oh, you were one step ahead, weren't you?
Yeah, my brain was just one step ahead of the game again. And just where do you propose this somewhere else to be, Mr. Wright?
I propose that this piece of evidence will tell us where the flower petals came from.
Take that!
Please take a look at the flowers in this picture of the hold. Notice how their petals are of the same shape as the petals in the crime scene photo? Yes, I see. They do look to be from the same kind of flower.
Whoa, that was a big stutter. I'm gonna do a save.
Objection!
Oh, is that really all you've got? A flower, the flower, the flower. They're all the same. I would hardly call what you presented compelling evidence.
I'm afraid I couldn't disagree with you more, Mr. Edgeworth. I gave a flower this time to my lovely wife once when we were young. So I can assure you this is very meaningful and compelling evidence indeed. The soundness of my judgment in this matter is backed by nothing less than pure love.
What's your honor?
Let it go, Mr. Edgeworth. It's clear you don't know much about flowers.
Bully him.
Bully him! It's not like you have anyone you'd actually give any to, after all.
This feels like a personal attack.
But maybe you should study up on them just in case the opportunity presents itself. Phoenix wants Edgeworth to give him flowers, and he doesn't.
Oh. This is from the man who knows only the names of 3 types of flowers.
That's hardly relevant to the case at hand.
So how does Edgeworth know that?
How does Edgeworth know that?
I wonder.
It's very funny. They are
It's almost as
very
if they had this
gay.
kind of conversation about flowers before.
Almost. The defense asserts that it's highly probable the victim was killed in the hold. If the body was then placed in the lantern and moved to the reception hall for some reason, it would completely destroy the prosecution's case.
Then you mean the body was...
Yes, the victim's body was inside the lantern during the entire beautiful wedding reception, while the defendant and her betrothed were celebrating their love. What? This really does feel like a classic case.
Yeah.
Look at him go. Look at his brain.
Your smooth talk might work on his honor, but it won't work on me.
What are you talking about now?
Take another look at all the evidence, and you'll soon see what I mean.
I wish you would just tell me already.
Detective Sky, I'm sure you've already figured out what I'm talking about, correct?
Of course, sir. Mr. Wright is the only one here who hasn't. Why don't you leave this to me, Mr. Edgeworth?
Very well. Let's see what you can do.
She really sounds like a lackey now.
Yeah, she's fangirling.
Detective Sky, please give your testimony to this court.
The victim could not have been killed before the reception. The autopsy report states that the estimated time of death was after the reception. And that estimated time of death is correct. There's no way it could be wrong.
Time travel.
It's clear Mr. Gloomsbury was killed after the reception, and that completely contradicts your claim.
I guess so.
W took at least a cursory glance at the autopsy report, Mr. Wright. It appears to have gone rusty since our last outing.
Uh-huh.
Might I suggest you go back and brush up on the basics?
Sure. Though I must say, you're as cocky as ever, Mr. Edgeworth.
I beg your pardon.
What are you trying to say, Mr. Wright?
I'm just saying that I'll go back to basics if that's what Mr. Edgeworth wants. I'll prove how badly he's underestimating me with a good old-fashioned cross-examination. Very well. Let's see you put your money where your mouth is, Mr. Wright.
What the fuck else were we gonna do?
Okay. There's no way it could be wrong. Time travel.
Oh,
Dry ice.
yeah. Dryce.
Dry ice.
Objection!
I admit that the estimated time of death does contradict my theory.
Finally, and that means your theory that the victim was killed before the reception.
Is still entirely plausible.
You can learn to never cut him off before he's done talking.
Yeah, right? Well, what makes you think that?
The killer could have falsified the time of death by using a certain item in the reception hall. Please take a look at this. And what is that contraption, Mr. Wright? It looks like my oven. It's a fog machine, Your Honor, used to create a special romantic atmosphere in the hall. And this machine could have been used to falsify the time of death. Yes, Your Honor, because this machine uses dry ice to perform its magic.
Is dry ice cold?
I mean, yeah, like it can mess up your hand severely if you stick your hand in it like a bucket of dry ice.
Really?
Yeah.
For some reason, I always figured dry ice was not cold. But I guess it makes sense that it would be cold because it's ice. How the fuck
Yeah, I
do
was
you
gonna
make?
say.
How the fuck do you make dry ice?
It's like Basically, it's cooled carbon dioxide. So they take a bunch of
Oh.
carbon dioxide and like compress it into like a very like dense form.
So
I
wait,
think
all that
I remember-
fog is just carbon dioxide?
pretty much, yeah.
So
That's why you can suffocate people with it.
yeah, like holy shit, that would kill you.
Yeah. If I'm like, it's been a long time since I've got the science lesson, but if I'm remembering correctly, it's around negative 80 Celsius.
Oh, that's cold.
Because like I know that in some places where they can't have mechanical cooling, like let's say I don't know, on a beach or something, they'll use a cooler full of dry ice to keep things like really cold instead of a mechanical like freezer.
Huh. Interesting. I have learned something new today.
Dry ice. Oh, yes. The super cold stuff commonly used to make theatrical fog, right? I see. So your claim is that this dry ice was used to keep the body cold.
Dry ice isn't even ice, it has no water in it. Does ice have to be water? Does ice have to be water?
I don't know.
I'm gonna. This is the stupidest thing I've ever Googled. Does ice always have to be water? Ice is always wet and forms a thin layer of liquid water. Wait, what does that mean? Today it is known that, that not only water ice, but also other crystals, metals, semiconductors, ceramic materials, frozen noble gases, frozen organic systems form as a quasi-liquid layer. What does this mean? That's... I don't know. Oh, in that case, I guess the victim could have been killed before the reception. Don't people in Philly call ice water ice? I think they do that.
Order! Order in this court! Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what do you have to say about this development?
The victim was killed in the hold before the body reception. The prosecution acknowledges the possibility of this claim.
Now we're getting somewhere.
But...
The prosecution would also like to thank you, Mr. Wright.
Huh? For what?
I didn't know a certain piece of evidence fit into this case. But now, thanks to you, I do.
What piece of evidence?
To get into the hold, one needs a keycard like this one.
Uh-huh.
Ah, fuck.
And here we have a record of those who enter the hold with such keycards.
God damn it, Larry.
The time's unspecified, but these are the last 3 entries on the day of the murder. It's funny how every single time this like specific genre of evidence shows up, the answer is always, well, someone else just entered.
Yeah, somebody else used it. Edgeworth, how have you not learned? You were literally subject of this in Rise from the Ashes. How? Okay. How? Okay. I get it. You're the prosecution. You're doing your job. I see. You didn't say this one, by the way.
Oh, sorry. As you can see, the last person to enter the hold that day was the defendant.
What?
So the one who moved the body out of the hold must have been...
That's right, it was none other than the defendant.
Wait, why would we assume that? There's 2 other people. Oh, one of them. Right. One of them was the victim. And he didn't move the lantern. Hey, Nick, take a look at this entry record. There are a couple of other names on here besides Ellen's.
Hey, you're right. According to the entry record, Mr. Edgeworth, Pierce Nickety had also gone into the hold.
Isn't it possible that he could have been the culprit?
Sorry, but Mr. Nickety was escorting a few of the guests at the time. I'm sure they would be happy to testify to that fact if you'd like. Think me cocky all you'd like, Mr. Wright. My confidence is rarely misplaced.
Wait. Hold on.
If Larry is the one who used that card, then doesn't that implicate Larry in the murder? Ugh.
Also, I love how he's still stewing over that cocky insult, which happened like 20 minutes ago.
Right?
Now then, it's probably safe to assume that after killing the victim in the hold, the defendant moved the body to the hole in order to dispose of it discreetly.
What do you mean by discreetly?
The defendant volunteered to take care of the reception's cleanup personally. That means she would have had the chance to dispose of anything in any way she wanted, including taking the lantern off the airship without raising any suspicion. Don't tell me you didn't know about Miss White volunteering for cleanup duty, Mr. Wright.
We did know about this, yes. Gah!
Look at you, sweating buckets like a rookie, even after all these years. Nevertheless,
Okay.
thank you for proving that the only person who could have killed the victim in the hold was Ellen Wyatt.
Ah! Great job, Phoenix. Now we're back to square one.
Perhaps we should ask Miss Sykes for some help reviewing Defense for Dummies.
Fuck you, bud. Way to go, sir. We got Mr. Right in a cold sweat.
It is nice that he knows her name so well, despite only having met her once in canon, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, that's really cute.
He knows all Phoenix's kids. I wonder if maybe the promise of seeing that miserable look on his face is what brought him back to court today. Certainly made all my stress and woes as chief prosecutor just melt away.
I guess you had a lot of stress built up.
I'll give him something to stress over before we're through today.
All right.
Your Honor, the prosecution asks you to render your verdict at this time. Before that man over there tries to throw the court into chaos with his meaningless bluffs.
I see. Mr. Wright. Are there any last meaningful bluffs you'd like to present to this court?
Why does he have to assume it'll be a bluff? Nick, hurry up and throw a good one out there.
I will. Well, alright then. Let's see. I've got it. How do you know it was Miss White who used her keycard? After all, if it turns out that somebody else used her card, it would mean Miss White didn't do it. Interesting. And are you able to prove this bluff to be true? I assure you I'm not bluffing, Your Honor.
Well, now what? Wait a minute, Nick. I can think of a certain somebody who might have used Ellen's key card.
You can?
Yeah, that's a guy who we're like, we'd feel no guilt accusing of murder, Nick. Guess who it is? Remember? The one who was sneaking around the hold in spite of not being a family member?
Oh, that's right. Your Honor, the defense would like to call a certain witness to the stand. I need the testimony of this person who may have entered the hold with Miss Wyatt's card.
That's your witness? Are you saying that numbskull was on the airship? He never breathed a word about that to me.
That's not surprising because Mr. Nickety told him to keep quiet about it. But Mr. Butts himself admitted it to me. He claimed to have found a way to sneak into the Flying Chapel's hold to see Miss Wyatt. This photo he took and gave to me is proof.
Then, was it he who moved the lantern into the body inside the to the reception hall? That was a very hard sentence to say.
You know as well as I that with him anything is possible. And this is one possibility we should definitely look into.
I can't believe this. What in the world is he doing mixed up with this?
Come on, Mr. Edgeworth. Remember what we've been saying since elementary school?
When something smells, it's usually the butts.
Exactly.
That Larry, he'll pay for this.
Edgeworth really just does not like Larry at all.
Yeah, he despises him.
And like, I feel like even like Phoenix gives him a little bit more. He's like, God, okay, this guy sucks, but like he has no other friends. So
That'd be kind of nice to him, I guess. Well, if you want to extract your payment now, he's right up there in the gallery. Yikes! Bailiff, seize the witness before he makes a run for it. No! Why does this stuff always happen to me? Sorry, Larry, but you brought this on yourself. Let us break for a 15-minute recess. I ask that both sides prepare for the next witness's testimony during this time. Fuck you, Larry. Piece of shit.
Wow, it's been a while since I've had this much fun and excitement.
What do you mean? You were literally accused of murder, Maya, like months ago.
A face-off against Mr. Edgeworth, a harrowing tightrope walk for the defense.
Whew. I'm exhausted already.
Athena, you exist! I'm here for moral support.
Athena, are you all done practicing for Tracy's magic show?
Well, to be perfectly honest, I sort of ran away. But that's because she was putting my life in danger, I tell you.
I see. I think I'll need to have a one-on-one with her. You're really athletic and fit, Athena, so Tracy probably thinks she can run you ragged. Athena, I hear you have an 8-pack.
That may be true, which is why not even Tracy can keep up with me when I run at full speed.
Is that Tracy?
Yep.
Huh?
I need to voice this.
Ha! Looks like you spoke too soon, Athena. Never underestimate the resourcefulness of a great magician. Huh? Magical girl Tracy Wright is on the scene. No! Now, Athena, it's time to practice human combustion magic. Go on, dash yourself with this gasoline.
Athena's like, I still irrelevant? And Tracy says, no, my city now.
But don't worry, it's a magic trick after all, so it's perfectly safe. Run away! Hey, you're not getting off that easily.
I love Tracy so much.
They get along so well, don't they? It reminds me of the good old days. You, me, and Pearly. Oh, and Detective Gumshoe. Can't forget him. Where is he anyway? I haven't seen him in like 10 years. We had all kinds of fun at the crime scenes back then, remember?
Leaving me to do all the serious investigating, as I recall.
Court will soon be back in session, Mr. Wright.
Right, thank you. That's my name.
So Larry's the next witness, right? I can't wait to see what happens.
Sadly, I can already imagine it. Yeah. Very, very well.
Hi, Larry. What was the point of that recess, exactly?
You give Athena a cameo.
I guess so.
Court will now reconvene.
Nick, Edgy! The two of you are gonna hang me out to dry, aren't you?
No, not for both of us, just Mr. Wright.
Nick, how could you?
I don't really think he did it, of course, but I've got to use whatever leads I can. What if this is the one time that Larry has committed a murder? Mr. Butts, there's a possibility you moved the lantern that had the dead body in it. So if you want to clear yourself of any suspicion, all you have to do is testify. Now then, your testimony please, witness.
Larry, I hate you.
Nick, you big fat stinking jerk! How can you doubt your best bud? We've known each other since elementary school. Well, get this, pal. Our friendship's over.
That's not a testimony, Larry. Everybody gets one.
Well, go ahead, Mr. Wright. He's all yours. Why me?
You're the one who called him to the stand, so he's your responsibility.
Thanks, old chum. Can any of you show me a little respect, even as a shred? You may cross-examine the witness, Mr. Wright. I would if there were any testimony to cross-examine.
Needle, why are you out of ramen? Stop being out of ramen.
Hold it!
I'm gonna press everything.
Come on, Larry, can't you please give me something real to work with? Don't think I don't know about your tricks. If I say something careless, you're gonna shove some evidence at me with a loud objection and a super smug look on your face.
It's the first time I've ever gotten to say an objection myself.
I think so.
Yeah, well, that is my job. And if I get found guilty, how are you gonna take responsibility for what you've done? Why should I take responsibility for just doing my job? You heartless jerk! Don't you have any compassion for me? No.
Hold it!
I'm sorry, Mr. Butts, but if it wasn't Miss Wyatt that entered the hold with that card, then you're the most likely suspect. Nick, are you seriously doubting the innocence of your childhood friend? Well, technically, yes. But it isn't personal, I assure you. Oh, a true friend would believe in me no matter what. You're not my client right now, motherfucker. Can't you see my tears? Don't they mean anything to you? If you cut me, I bleed, Nick. Nick. You don't even think you can cry your way out of this, do you? Okay, fine. In that case,
Hold it!
Larry, listen to me. I care nothing about our friendship being over. Shut up! I'm not talking to you anymore. This is getting us nowhere. Come off it, Larry. If you don't quit fooling around and start testifying, Miss Wyatt will be found guilty. For real? If no new information comes out of this cross-examination, then yes, Mr. Butts, for real.
Not that I would have a problem with that myself.
Fuck you, buddy.
Larry, just tell us the truth already. Did you or didn't you go into the hold and move a lantern up the reception hall? I never moved any bull lantern, I tell ya. Bull lantern. What? Did I say something weird? You told me that you didn't attend the wedding reception.
So how the fuck did you know it was a bull, idiot?
Yeah, so what? Then that's odd. No one in this courtroom ever mentioned the sex of the lantern that was moved. So how could you know that it was a bull lantern? You didn't have to actually go to the reception to know that. Anyone could tell there were two Pegabulls that by looking at the Flying Chapel's pamphlet. All I can tell right now is that there's a strong sense of bull in the air here.
Good.
Please add that
Funny
last
joke.
statement to your testimony, Mr. Butts.
That is a funny joke. Phoenix said a funny joke for once in his fucking life. Alright. Sorry, Larry.
Except I'm not sorry. You have this coming.
Objection!
I want you to take a look at this, Mr. Butts.
You say so. You say sorry, Larry, but what your heart says is suck my dick from the back, Larry.
Yeah. Because unfortunately for you, the pamphlet clearly shows a Pega cow and a Pega bull in their example diagram of the reception hall. Huh? But on that day, instead of putting a Pega cow and a Pega bull out for the bride and groom, there were two male Pega bulls on display. Ugh, stop talking about pegging, man. Yet somehow you knew there were two Pega bulls in the reception hall that day. There's only one way you know something like that, Larry. It was you who moved the Pega bull to the reception hall, wasn't it? Ah!
No, Larry, you didn't.
Larry did.
Mr. Butts, did you move the lantern containing the victim's body to the reception hall? That's what it looks like. What? Wait, Nick? You don't think I'm the murderer, do ya?
Maybe you, Mr. Gloomsbury, were fighting over Miss Wyatt and you ended up killing him? I mean, you're about overdue to be a murder suspect, right?
Maya, not you too. Look, I didn't sneak into the reception, but that's as far as it went. You know me, I wouldn't hurt a fly. You snuck into the reception? Yeah, sure. But so this rocket man caught and locked me up in one of the cabins. It was pretty awful, actually. But that's when I made that drawing of the pterodactyl I showed you, Nick. Ixnay on the Aerodactyl, Larry. That is weird to put into pig Latin.
Yeah. Mr. Wright, not even you would take this farce that far, would you? Edgeworth heard that. He goes, do we even want to know?
Edgeworth, how have you not heard about the time we called an orca to the courtroom? Has anything as ridiculous happened since then?
I mean, aside from someone being shot twice in court.
A drone is pretty out there.
A drone that has a machine gun attached to it is pretty out there.
Is the drone
And
more
missiles.
out there than like a radio, though? Like, an orca is the most out there thing so far, right?
Yeah, you're probably right.
We are talking about Larry. What do I do? Do I accuse Larry of being the true culprit? I guess I had no choice but to accuse him. Yeah, that's how I'll justify that. Wait a minute. But Larry didn't have any reason to kill Gloomsbury. Oh, god damn it. Fuck. I tried. Hey, guys, I tried. I tried so hard. No, you're right, Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Butts didn't have a reason to kill Mr. Gloomsbury. He might have had an imaginary reason to kill Soren Sprocket, sure, but not Mr. Gloomsbury.
After all, he did steal Mr. Sprocket's bride and try to elope with her.
Just because I try to steal somebody's bride doesn't make me a murderer. I believe you, Larry. And I don't think you killed anybody either.
God damn it.
You would never do anything like that.
Nick, old buddy, old pal.
I knew you'd come through for me. Funny that, considering your sworn testimony just now that we were through. Mr. Butts, it's time you told this court the whole truth. Understood?
I did my best. I really wanted to indict Larry of murder, though. Fucking hate this guy.
It's just like Nick said, I'm the one who moved the lantern.
Can't believe Larry's gonna get away with another crime.
Why did you do this? Wait, what?
I was poking around the reception hall before the main event and saw the lantern was broken. There was a note on it that said exchange with the one in the hole, Ellen. So I decided to do Ellie a favor. Huh. Surprisingly nice of you.
So you switched the lanterns before the reception, did you? Then that means the victim really was killed before the reception.
Huh.
It would appear that Mr. Butts completely fell for the defendant's scheme.
Scheme? What scheme?
This note for the defendant, exchanged with the one in the hold, Ellen. Mr. Butts moved the lantern with the body in it up to the reception hole because of this note. And thus, he's become a suspect in Mr. Gloomsbury's murder.
That second lantern did feel pretty heavy. But I never would have thought there was a dead body in it. Ugh. What was a note like that doing on a lantern in the first place?
You've got it all wrong, Mr. Edgeworth. I left that note for myself. It was simply a reminder because I can be very forgetful. What a sorry excuse, Miss Wyatt. The prosecution contends that this note shows one facet of the defendant's murderous plan. And you, Mr. Butts, you played right into Miss Wyatt's hands.
No way, Edgy, I don't believe it.
Cardinal Sinful, I really did want Larry to be the killer.
Genuinely, sincerely, from the bottom of my heart.
With your whole chest.
I'll say it would be a really good twist for this case. Do you still really believe Miss Wyatt to be the culprit, Mr. Edgeworth?
Of course, my stance on the matter remains unchanged. If you think I'm wrong, then prove it with your cross-examination.
Gladly. Very well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Well, would it be a good twist if I really wanted it to happen, though? Who's to say? Okay. So none of this seems like I can directly contradict it. I do want to take a look at the note. Oh, we don't have the note. Why was the note not added to my evidence? Alright. Why didn't you tell us that sooner? Because I knew you guys were going to be suspicious of me, that's why. We're suspicious of you now because you tried to hide it.
My fault exactly.
Huh. Well, now I've told you. Happy? So how about letting me go? No, not yet. We need you to stick around to sort a few things out. Oh, fine. The lantern you swapped out was a female Pegamu, a Pega cow, right? Yeah, I guess. Why did you replace the female lantern with a male one? Because I was too busy trying to not to get caught. I don't see gender or sex, Nick. Come on. I didn't have time to check for little details like that. If you didn't want to get caught, you could have just left well enough alone, you know. Whatever. Anyway, when I took a look at the broken lantern, I saw... Yeah. That note wasn't addressed to you, was it? Well, I guess not, but how can I let my dear sweet Ellie do all that hard physical labor on her own? It's precisely that thought process that constantly gets you in trouble, Larry. Besides, there's a big chance to show her how much I cared about her. This woman that you had never actually met. Okay. Nobody saw you the whole time while you were switching the lanterns? Nope, I didn't get caught. Not that time, anyway. Not that time. Yeah, when I tried to sneak into the reception hall the first time... Jesus Christ. I didn't have as much luck. The Sprugga guy spotted me and nabbed me. All of my words are failing me right now. Pretty exciting, don't you think? Larry, you need help. And then they locked me up in one of the cabins. Nick, what are you asking me about stuff like this for, anyway? Should you be trying to prove Ellie's innocence? Well, is that statement of his important to the case? I don't see why not. Mr. Butt's trying to crash the reception and subsequently getting locked up in a cabin. I believe these might be important facts in this case, Your Honor. Very well. Mr. Butts, please add that statement to your testimony. Okay. So you got locked up. Then what happened? I broke out. Then I started looking for Ellie and wandered into the reception hall again. That's when I saw the broken lantern and replaced it. Even after they caught you and locked you up, you still went looking for Miss Wyatt? But, hold on a minute. What is it, Nick? Maya, doesn't something seem weird to you? Larry is saying he replaced the lantern after he broke out of the cabin. That's right. Oh, wait. Huh? You're right. It doesn't make much sense, does it? Mr. Wright, have you found an inconsistency in the witness's statement? Have I? Yes, I believe so, Your Honor. Mr. Butts moved the lantern after he broke out of the cabin, but that contradicts with this. Let me...
I have the evidence related to this statement.
Evidence related to the statement.
He moved a broken lantern after he broke out of the cabin. That contradicts with this.
moved the lantern after he broke out of the cabin, but that contradicts with this. Oh. Huh? Larry wheeled it from the hole to the reception hall before the reception began. What?
Before the reception began.
Yeah. Did Larry didn't say when he broke out, though.
But he said that he broke out and then wandered back into the reception, right?
Oh. He just said he went into the reception hall again. Which does not necessarily mean that the reception was happening. But I don't know what else we would present here.
Yeah, I think it's the lantern.
Take that!
Is that? Yes, it's the broken lantern, Your Honor. Mr. Butts, what you're saying doesn't make any sense at all. What? Why not? You swapped the lanterns before the reception began, right? Yeah, that's what I said, isn't it? But you also just said that you swapped the lanterns after you got locked up in a cabin for trying to sneak it into the reception. In other words, you're saying you swapped the lanterns both before the reception and after the reception took place. That surely doesn't make any sense, does it? Oh my god. Are we really doing this now?
I guess we'll see.
Mr. Buzz, did you swap the lanterns before or after the reception?
Which was it, before or after? There's a world of difference between the two.
Well, Mr. Butts, I guess I can't expect guys like you to understand. Internet shows, but before and after the reception. What? I tried to sneak into the first reception and got locked up. The first reception. Uh-oh. I don't like where this is going. And through the power of Ellie's pendant, time got rewound and we went back to the time before the reception. It was after that when I replaced the lantern. So it's but before the reception and after the reception, get it? We went back in time to before the reception. So of course the reception would take place one more time after that, right? That's why what I said makes perfect sense.
Mr. Wright, what in the world is the witness talking about? Has he developed some sort of intellectual ailment I'm not aware of since last time I saw him?
Well... None of the sprockets seem to remember the time skip, but I do. And Ellie remembers it too. I think the power of our love for each other made that miracle happen. Mr. Wright, I'm sorry, but... Could you please translate this man's gibberish so the rest of us can understand? So now I have to be the one to explain about the whole time travel thing. Go on, Nick, I know you can do it.
Looks like you don't have much choice, Nick.
To heck with it. I can't lose any more of my dignity today anyway. The defendant, Miss Ellen White, has told the defense the following strange story. She said that after the reception ended, she was attacked by Mr. Gloomsbury. She claims that, as she was being assaulted, she made a wish upon her pendant. Please take me back to that blissful moment. In doing so, time apparently rewound itself to just before the reception began.
It's what?
I know it's hard to believe, but think about it this way. Through the power of the pendant, both Ellen White and Larry Butts experienced time travel. Whoa. What? Why do I feel like just a lot of gaslighting happened, actually?
What absolute rubbish. Mr. Wright, I've heard my fair share of your nonsense over the years. But this takes the cake. Have you thoroughly lost your mind?
But this is simply the conclusion I came to using that logic ability you love so much.
But what?
The truth of the matter is, the future president of Sprocket Aviation, Soren Sprocket, has been researching time machines. So, what if a time machine has already been successfully created? And what if that's one of Sprocket Aviation's top secret inventions? A time machine? Yeah, I even saw someone while we were time traveling. I saw a pterodactyl flying through the sky. Maybe the airship was set to travel through time for their honeymoon trip. What? A pterodactyl?
Objection.
You can't possibly have any evidence to back up your ridiculous time travel story.
Well,
As I thought. In any case, I now have the evidence to prove that you're no more intelligent than Larry.
Not so fast now, Edgy. I'm not the same old Larry you used to know. What?
Oh.
You want evidence? I've got your evidence right here. This is a photo I secretly took at the first reception.
What?
What? Hey, wait, is Larry actually proving to be helpful? Larry, I can't believe you... Well, anyway, good job. If we compare the photos of the first and second receptions and can find a difference, then we'll be able to prove that the reception was held twice. But do you really think that such a difference exists? Yes, Your Honor. I just need some time to find it for you.
This is preposterous.
Very well. Please show the court what's different then. Probably... Oh. This is proof positive that the wedding reception was held twice. I should look at the other photo.
Yeah,
Oh, wait.
compare it to the other one, yeah.
God, they really didn't make this easy on me, huh? The people in the foreground are different.
Look at
Oh, the
Ellen.
bouquet.
Take that.
Please direct your attention to Miss Wyatt's bouquet of flowers. In the photo one of her in-laws took, the defendant is holding a yellow bouquet. But in the photo Mr. Butts took, she's holding a red bouquet. You're right.
That's impossible.
What does this mean? It means the defendant really did experience 2 wedding receptions. And she did that when she traveled back through time. What? Hey, time travel's real? Nick! You did it! You proved Ellen's time travel story to be true! Yeah, I can hardly believe it myself. It's just as Ellen said, the reception was held twice. This turns every assumption we've based this trial on upside down.
Objection.
I refuse to accept such a ludicrous argument. It is pure fiction under the guise of pseudoscience at best. There is simply no such thing as time travel.
I know it's hard, but can't you suspend your disbelief for 1 nanosecond, Edgeworth? I bet sci-fi movies push all your buttons the wrong way, don't they, Mr. Edgeworth? I can totally picture you yelling, that'd never happen every 5 seconds at the screen. Fucking Neil deGrasse Tyson over here. Maybe you should stay away from movie dates altogether.
It's neither here nor there. This is a real life we're talking about.
But the proof is clearly shown in the two photographs. That's right, Mr. Edgeworth. No matter how...
Fine. I'll entertain your absurd delusion. If only to demolish it before your very eyes.
What?
Let's start with this then, shall we? There is one thing our time travel theory fails to explain. And that is the memories of the other guests there. The defendant Larry remembered the reception occurring twice, but no member of the Sprockers family has ever mentioned such a thing.
Yeah, I wonder why. That's because the time machine...
I'm not done, you bird brain.
But bird brain?
As I was saying, if the entire family has been sworn to secrecy, then why hadn't they sworn the woman who is marrying into the family to secrecy too?
That's a good point.
Honestly, all it takes is a little common sense, Mr. Wright.
Even still. How do we know that the trip through time did not really occur? There is proof in the photos that it did, and besides, if time travel doesn't exist, well, that'd be a little disappointing, frankly.
You can finish the line.
Okay. I was hoping to go back to the days of my youth.
You mustn't allow yourself to be taken in by Mr. Wright's whimsical tales, Your Honor. I've read about it in various literature, you see. We all say that time travel is just not logically feasible.
Ugh.
Maybe our argument was just a little too nonsensical, Nick. I think we spent too much time with Professor Layton.
Well, in that case, why don't we put common sense to the test?
Excuse me?
The wedding reception was held twice. The photos are proof of that. But it wasn't because of time travel. It's simply because the reception had actually been held twice. Isn't that the most reasonable way to interpret the situation? Would you care to elaborate, Mr. Wright? If time travel doesn't exist, then there's only one way to make sense of what happened. Somebody must have orchestrated this strange phenomenon, and that somebody is...
Everyone at the reception?
And they have to be working together, right?
Yeah. So everybody was working together to gaslight this poor woman?
Yeah, pretty much.
What the fuck?
What if all of the guests at the reception conspired together? To hold the reception twice and keep quiet about it.
What? And for what purpose would they conspire to do such a thing?
Well,
That's the funniest fucking thing in any of these games. Who dis? Oh.
I can tell you that you're not a renowned lawyer for nothing. I must say, I underestimated you.
how so, Mr. Nickety?
You have managed to name each event precisely as they happened. You have revealed it all to the light of day.
Then that means...
It was us who orchestrated the whole thing. Yes, the reception was held twice. But not because of time travel, no. We simply held it a second time. What? Why? Why would you do such a thing?
Because I'm evil.
Making it though the murder Miss Ellen committed never happened. Master Soren figured that if Miss Ellen, who killed Bloomsbury after the first reception, experienced the reception one more time, she would think it was all a dream. It was he who ordered us to make it happen. However, only a few, myself included, knew of Miss Ellen's crime.
In each setting, most of the guests attended 2 receptions, without knowing why.
Indeed, they needed no reason. Master Soren told them to do it, and do it they did. That is the Sprocket way.
Then who hid the body in the lantern?
We did. But we did not anticipate the pedals finding their way in, nor the actions of Mr. Butts. And that's how you intended to cover the whole situation up. Now, there's just one thing everyone here has wrong. The real scene of the murder was not the hold, it was the Vista deck.
What? Then Miss Wyatt's recollection of the events must be correct.
I've maybe tried to cover this incident up. But the fact is, Miss Ellen killed Bloomsbury is undeniable.
This is quite a turn of events. What? Oh.
And so it appears we've arrived at the truth at last.
Now.
Please do feel free to travel back in time, Mr. Wright. And attempt to do this trial over again. Go on.
I mean, I can do that. You want me to do that? I can. Let's not get hasty, Edgeworth.
I bet you can't do it.
Okay. I bet I can't either.
Your Honor, we will have to hold a separate trial for the cover-up conspiracy later. But as far as this case goes, I believe we are ready for your ruling.
Just before the defendant lost consciousness during her attack, she says she saw someone strike the victim. It's possible that this third party is the true culprit.
Don't want us to believe the defendant's words. Perhaps you've lost more than your touch during your time abroad. This third-person nonsense is nothing but rubbish, and you know it.
Hey, Edgeworth. You do recognize that in his time abroad, Phoenix helped overthrow a fascist theocracy via his appearances in court? You do recognize that, right? That he didn't actually lose his touch while he was abroad, and that... Okay.
Objection!
But by the same token, how can we trust those who conspired and lied to fool this court of law? For all we know, they might still be hiding something. Yeah, you were there, Edgeworth!
You never know when to quit, do you?
No, calm down, both of you. In any case, there isn't enough trustworthy information yet for me to render a verdict. I suggest we continue the trial after both sides have investigated the matter further.
Very well, Your Honor.
Phew, that was close. Mr. Dickety! As for you and your cohort's attempt to cover up this crime, your case will be brought to a separate trial following the resolution of this current one.
Understood, Your Honor.
Well then, this concludes today's trial. Court is adjourned. This case has the pacing of an original trilogy case.
Yeah, it sure is swift.
Yeah. Within 4 hours, we're out of here. Man,
We're halfway there.
They really nailed it all the way down to the pacing, huh?
Yeah.
Damn. That's really impressive, actually. Hey! Stream is done. I'm very sleepy, actually. Also, I need to eat a food, I think.
Go eat.
I will eat a pizza.
Yes, I also had a pizza today. It was great.
Pizza is good. It is good food. Good for soul. And body. And mind.
Exactly. And tummy.
And tummy.
Very good for tummy.
I'm excited for the end of day 2 twist that time travel is actually real. So am I! That'd be very exciting. Wow, they really just, gaslit this poor woman, huh?
Yeah, they sure did.
That sucks. These people suck. I guess they are rich, so yeah. That goes without saying, doesn't it? This case is fun. I'm having a good time. It's nice voicing all these, legacy characters in the same case again.
It is, yeah.
Except Larry. I could do without Larry being here. Fuck that guy. You know what? No, as much as Larry is a total loser, he's really endearing in that he's a complete loser.
Yeah.
I like Larry. He sucks massive shit, but I like him.
Alright. That's the stream for today. I love you all. Wait, no, hold on. We'll continue this on Wednesday. That's all I have to say. I have to say that at the end of every stream. Just for confirmation. I love you all. I hope you all have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or night. And as always, a good sleep.